Don't you just hate it when everything freaking breaks? Hi, Lord X. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Just everything breaks. Hi, Shu. So, Restream just straight up and died on me. So, sadly, I can't stream to Twitch today. Which is a shame, but we'll work with it. Just 1 minute, please, and I will go to Restream and... Wrong one! Wrong tab. There's Restream. Okay, so I hope this works correctly. Otherwise, I'm just gonna shoot my computer. All right, let's hit the go button. Go to game capture. Capture specific window. That's not it. Screw it. Just full screen up then. So, how's everybody doing today? Believe it or not, I'm still very excited to get started with this one. And it looks like that's broken too. Okay. Will this work? Please? Please show up. Yes! Oh my gosh. Well, I hope I enjoy it too, Shu, because this is going to be completely blind. You want to know how blind? Until I saw the trailer for this trilogy, I didn't know this game existed. But with all the chaos and hopefully all the breaking things out of the way, I can finally say, hello everyone, and welcome back to more Ace Attorney Apollo Justice Trilogy. Last time, we defended a killer whale in court. I don't think we can top that. I really don't. This time, we're going to get into the third game that I know absolutely nothing about. Not Dual Destinies, not this one. Spirit of Justice. Apparently, this game came out on the 3DS as well. But again, I know basically nothing about it. Right, outfits, costumes. Oh my god, I can wear the tiger. Alright, so for this first episode, I'm assuming I'm going to be playing as Phoenix. So I'm going to keep everything normal. And then moving on, if you remind me, Moss, this was made the same guy who made Dual Destinies. Well, that's good because Dual Destinies was fantastic. If you wouldn't mind reminding me, Moss, next stream and the streams afterwards, I will change the outfits. But for now, the tiger is a reference to Ace Attorney 2, I believe? It's one of the GBA games. It's a reference to Furio Tigre, the guy who impersonated Phoenix. And now Restream's talking to me, trying to get me to go and fix things. Okay. They say that they are aware of this issue and are investigating. They thank me for my patience. We'll update you when the issue is resolved. In that case, you should update your status online so that people will know something is wrong. Thank you for responding quickly. Have a nice day. I will give Restream this. They are very, very good at helping people when things do go wrong. I don't like how often things go wrong, but they're very good at fixing things when they do. And they have individual people talking at an individual level. So I'm very grateful for that. Anyways, let me just close that back. Go back to OBS. There we go. Trials and Tribulations Case 3. That's it. Thank you, Shu. So yeah, I still don't know how on earth Tigray was able to pull off impersonating Phoenix. If you look at them side by side, they look nothing alike. Here is everybody's favorite horned demon, Apollo. And here he is going to be wearing the School Days uniform. Let's see. All right. Next is everybody's favorite, Athena. Everybody's favorite psychologist. Zoom out, please. Thank you. And next up is her Très Bien costume. Alright. I think that's enough waiting around. Let's get into the game, shall we? 2016. Really? So this game's almost 10 years old. Ow, my heart. That hurts. Hurts knowing that I'm old. Oh well. Ooh, cutscene. Quiet time.
On the western edge of the Far East. Lies a peaceful country of spirit mediums and mystery. The kingdom of Kurain. But now, the flames of revolution are threatening to consume it whole. But things like revolt and revolution were the furthest things from my mind when I first arrived in this land.
Episode 1, The Foreign Turnabout. Alright, let's get into this. Here in Kurain, death is not the end. Even after death, the soul lives on in the Twilight Realm. And priestesses can commune with the spirits of the dead. Fear not death. In the name of the Holy Mother. Fear only the impurities of your soul. Ow. Oh shit, he dead. Blood on my soul. I'll have the child take the blame. Well, crap. We already know who did it. Oh, well. April 23rd, 4:26 p.m., Kingdom of Kurain. Whew. Finally here. So this is the Kingdom of Kurain, huh? What a long trip. I wonder how many hours I was in the air. But just look at this place. Get a load of this street. It really feels like I'm in another world here. We have moving stuff on the streets! And that gorgeous temple. I read that's at the center of town. Wow. An ox right in the middle of the street. I have to get a picture of that. Excuse me, sir. Wonder what kind of bird that is. I've never seen anything like it. That's quite a crest it has on its head. Excuse me, sir! What? Oh, yes. Pardon me, but are you Mr. Wright? Yes. That's right. Oops. I hope he hasn't been trying to get my attention all this time. Wait a minute. Are you? That's right! I'll be your guide at your service. So, I can already see the pun in his name. And this is hilarious. I'll be your guide. I'll be your guide. I will be your guide in this new land. I'm gonna love it here, aren't I? All right. I am a monk in training at the temple. The temple. Ooh. The name puns in this game are amazing. Well, so far they don't disappoint. The temple. It's very nice to meet you. Happy Raki. Happy Raki? Well, it's happy something. Happy what now? Happy Raki. That's how we greet people here in Quran. It's like hello or how do you do? It's a pretty handy expression to know. Okay, let me give it a try. Hello, I'm Phoenix Wright. Happy Raki. My name is Phoenix Wright, and I run a small law office. Well, that's what I do back home anyways. Right now, I'm just a traveler, a stranger in a strange land. Welcome to our country. Welcome to the kingdom of Kurain, a land of spirit mediums and mystery. Where is it? Ah, this is for you. Is that a Magatama? To celebrate your arrival. Speaking of mystery, what is this mysterious green lump actually? Allow me to explain. This is a famous Kurainese sweet bun. It's called Magataman, or a soul bun. A Magataman? A Magatama. It's shaped like a Magatama. It's so yummy it'll send your soul right to the Twilight Realm. That doesn't exactly make me eager to try it. Thank you. I think I'll indulge later. I'll be 20 tamas. Thank you for your patronage. I have to pay? I always have plenty of those on hand, so just let me know if you ever want any more. No wonder his bag looks so heavy. He's stuffed with all the tools of his trade. Oops, I almost forgot to tell you something really important. It's about Miss Maya. She can't come to see you for a few days yet. Yeah. When I called her from the airport, she said she was still training up in the mountains. I told her I'd wait for her here. Either way, I was glad to hear her and hear that she's in good spirits. Maya. Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium who used to work as my assistant. I came all this way out here to celebrate the end of her ascetic training. Okay. The end of her ascetic training with her. This is my first time in this country, so I'll be counting on you, alright? You got it, sir! Please don't hesitate if you need anything at all. I was right when she told me I could leave everything in your capable hands. She said that? I'm sure that sure was nice of her. I had a chance to show Miss Maya around a little bit, too. There's one person Maya was worried about, it's me. Because we both know trouble likes to follow you wherever you go, she said. Well, I mean, she's not wrong. You, Apollo, and Athena can't go anywhere together without something going wrong. That girl worries too much. You sure came early to the party, Mr. Wright, sir. I mean, Miss Maya won't be done with her training for another 2 weeks. I hate to admit it, but I came early because I was worried about her, too. Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd get in a little sightseeing first.
Oh, sightseeing? Well, I'm your man for that. I'll show you all the best sights this country has to offer.
Thanks. That would be great. I guess Albie takes his job very seriously.
Well, what are we waiting for? Those sights aren't gonna see themselves.
Yikes, you don't have to shove.
First step, Temple, right here in the center of town. There's something there I really want to show you.
Hey, stop pushing.
No! Go on.
April 23rd, 4:45 p.m. Temple Plaza. Wow, it's even more impressive up close. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first time outside of the aquarium where the stuff inside this scene is moving. Before that, everything was a still art. Everything was a still picture, which is really cool.
Allow me to explain. This is the heart of our town, the Temple. It was created by the founder of the Kuranism, the Holy Mother herself. I'm training right here at this temple to be a monk someday.
I read that the people of this country are all adherents of the Kuranism. According to my guidebook, it's a religion in which ancestral spirits are venerated.
The Holy Mother was a great spirit medium who could commune with the ancestors' souls. And spirit mediums become queen to this day. Direct descendants of the Holy Mother.
So, the Buddha, basically. I don't think Yokai Lane had any movement in it. I'm not sure. The spirit medium rules the entire country, huh? Talk about power and influence. The
main thing you'll want to see when you come to the temple is the Dance of Devotion rite. The Dance of Devotion takes place twice, once in the morning and once in the afternoon. This dance, along with the Song of Ceremony, is performed in offering to the Holy Mother. Dance of Devotion has the power to summon forth souls from in the Kuranism.
Hold it, slow down. Shackle can't read that fast.
Sorry.
I can't remember all of that at once, either.
I'm sorry. I guess I got a little overexcited.
Anyway, the main thing I got from all of that is that you really, really love your country.
Well, that's just true.
I like this kid. He pours his heart into everything he does, just like me.
Let's see, I guess I just explained about half of what I usually explain. So I'll give you a special discount and only charge you 10 Thomas for the tour fee. Thank you for your patronage.
I guess he pours his heart into aggressive salesmanship, too.
Come to think of it, Miss Maya told me that she could tell I love this country, too. We stood here for about an hour while I told her all about the Holy Mother.
Really? An hour? Hope that counted as a patience training.
She seemed really interested, too. She listened to my whole speech.
Huh. It doesn't sound like the Maya I know.
Miss Maya's so kind and nice. She treats me really well, like a little brother. She's kind of like a big sister to me.
This is Maya Fey you're talking about, right? Maybe she's grown up since I last saw her. Maybe all the snark is gone.
Don't count on it, Phoenix.
What the hell are you doing here? Lang. Uh-oh.
Oh, no!
What's the matter?
It's that time of day already? We have to hurry into the temple right now! But first, let me give you this lyrics card for the Song of Ceremony I told you about. There's an English translation of the lyrics there, too. So, give it a read, okay? Let's go!
Wait, what? Why the big rush?
If we don't hurry, we'll miss the beginning of her benevolence's Dance of Devotion!
Her benevolence? Kid, you got anime sparkles in your eyes.
I know! Let's go! Let's go!
treason.
Amazing song, but what the hell just happened? April 24th, 10 a.m. High Court of Kura Inn. Accused lobby. Let me in. Why won't you let me in? Because you're a foreigner. What business could you have with this court? I told you, my friend is on trial in there. The police raided the temple in the middle of the dance performance yesterday and arrested Albie on suspicion of treason. I was worried about Albie, so I just had to come see his trial. A trial isn't a tourist attraction, so clear off. If you want a picture for your scrapbook, take one of me and get out of here. Look, you got it all wrong. Just great. I guess there's only one thing I can do. Tell him I'm a lawyer. Yes, I'm a foreigner, but I'm not your average foreigner. What? I'm actually a lawyer. Back at home, anyway. What? Lawyer? I can't... That's not possible. What's he so shocked about? Well, whatever. Now's my chance. Nothing wrong with a lawyer entering the... Wait! Get back here, you! So this is a Kearney's courtroom? Wait, isn't that her benevolence? What's she doing here in court? The division seance has been performed. I will now hand down my verdict against the accused. Guilty. What? A verdict already, but the trial only just started.
Guilty, but there's gotta be some kind of a mistake. Please, take another look.
Seances performed by Princess Rafa are infallible. They show only the truth. What right do you have to question her abilities?
But I didn't. Isn't it ironic that you, a devout adherent of Kuranism, would dare doubt her insight? Non-believers will only be met with suffering in the Twilight Realm, you know. But I didn't do it. Your benevolence, allow me to explain, I beg of you. Be silent, impudent whelp. There is no merit to be had in indulging the ramblings born of a criminal's unclean soul. But...
What in the world is going on here? The judge made his ruling based on something called a divination seance? What is Albie's attorney doing? He has no attorney. Where is Albie's attorney?
Why is this happening? I didn't do anything wrong. Foolish child. Doubting the divination seance is tantamount to doubting the Holy Mother herself. Your Majesty, as a royal priestess and in the name of the Holy Mother, I command you, impose the highest penalty against this unclean soul.
As you command, so it shall be done, your benevolence. May her holiness grant us her divine favor. Jihara Kurahin. Phoenix,
Objection!
stop this. What? Wait just one moment.
You're...
Ugh. Me and my big mouth. Now what?
Mr. Wright? What are you doing here, sir?
Well, I'm in it now, so I have to do this right. Your Honor, It's too soon to give your verdict. The trial has only been underway for a few minutes.
Excuse me. Who on earth are you?
I'm, well, an ordinary tourist, Your Honor. Just passing through.
Ah, a tourist, are you? Papiraki.
But more importantly, where is this boy's defense attorney?
Defense attorney? Whatever are you talking about?
Hey, Rabbit Dude. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in.
He doesn't need a defense attorney.
Wait, what?
Of course you wouldn't be aware of being a foreigner and all. But we have no need for defense attorneys here in the kingdom of Kurain. We leave it all up to her benevolence's sacred power of spirit communion.
What kind of kangaroo court is this?
Her divination seances determined all.
What? But surely you see how unfair that is. Well, my day was good up until I tried to start streaming. And the restream broke down. So that was fun. That's why I'm only streaming on YouTube right now. But surely you see how unfair that is. What kind of insane court system are they running here?
You would dare mock me, you barb-headed buffoon. If you value your life, you will leave post-haste. Or shall I summon the bailiff?
The bailiff is that big scary dude with a big scary gun, isn't he?
I'm sure he would be happy to oblige you with a bullet or two as a souvenir of your travels.
The cost of an arm and a leg? No doubt.
Now hold on, Mr. Wright has nothing to do with any of this.
Albie.
Appreciate what you're trying to do, Mr. Wright, but never mind about me. You just go ahead and go see Miss Maya.
But
forget about me. You have to go now. I'm sure you can find another guide. There are lots more places I wanted to show you, but looks like I won't get a chance now. I'm sorry.
Hold on. The poor kid. He's trying to put on a brave face, but look how terrified he is. What can I do? What should I do? I'm gonna defend Albie. I can't just let a verdict be handed down with nobody standing in Albie's corner. If Albie doesn't have a defense attorney, then I'll do it. I will defend him. Wrong button.
Defend him? You can't be serious!
Is he out of his mind? Heaven forbid. Defend me, Mr. Wright! What are you saying? You can't do that!
I most certainly can. Don't worry, I'm quite used to tackling all sorts of trials. Besides, can you imagine how furious Maya would be if I let anything happen to you?
Mr. Wright.
You are but a naive tourist, ignorant of our ways. If you are smart, you will heed my advice. Do not pursue this matter any further.
Looks like defending somebody is easier said than done in this country.
Bailiff, throw this man out!
Hold it. Your Majesty, if you please.
You have something to say, Mr. Payne.
Why not allow it, Your Majesty? Why not have him defend the accused? It could prove very interesting. Right, Mr. Phoenix, right?
Right. Mr. Whoever you are.
Prosecutor, are you acquainted with this traveler?
That's Chief Prosecutor, Your Majesty. Yes, I'm very acquainted with him. He's a defense attorney from my native land. I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before.
Let's see. Can't stay, have a kiddo in a program today, but I wanted to stop to say hi. Thank you very much, Angel. Have fun with what you're going to be doing.
I've had dealings with him in the courtroom before. Heavens to Betsy. What? Mr. Wright, you're a defense attorney?
A defense attorney? Well, this is a shock.
You may be surprised to hear that I have more than 10 years of experience. Guess there aren't all that many lawyers around here.
Your Majesty, would you kindly allow us to proceed in the manner of my old country?
But, Mr. Payne, I've already made a ruling in this case.
Call it nostalgia, if you will, but I am most eager to give it a try.
But I have a previous engagement, you see. A class together with a missus.
Your Majesty, I agree we should have a whack at it. It sounds amusing. A score of years have passed since we last saw a defense attorney in this courtroom.
A score? As in 20 years? What the hell's the deal with this country?
Mr. Payne, I want that barbed head brought to me on a stick. As you wish, Your Benevolence. I, Chief Prosecutor Payne, will see to it myself.
Very well, Mr. Payne. If that is what you and her benevolence want, I will acquiesce. As for the defense, I hope you are prepared for every eventuality.
Every eventuality? What is he talking about?
There. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Payne. Sorry for not remembering you earlier.
As Chief Prosecutor, or the Incredible Payne as I'm also known in this country. And you'll see soon enough just why that is, when you're forced to capitulate to me before this very court of law.
Why is he so strangely conflicted? Not only that, but what's with the gallery?
As you watch, a defense attorney will try and twist the truth. You can bet on it.
Get him, Chief Prosecutor. Crush that defense devil.
This is way more lawyer hate than even my own.
Now, if you would please give your opening argument once again, Mr. Payne.
Certainly, Your Majesty. The accused is charged with 2 crimes, larceny and murder. Yesterday, the Founder's Orb was stolen from the treasure room of the Temple. In addition to the theft, 2 other things were discovered in the treasure room. The dead body of Mr. Patrol, a temple security guard.
Patrol? Oh my god.
And the empty treasure box that housed the orb, which Mr. Roll was in charge of guarding. We believe that Mr. Roll was murdered by the thief who stole that treasure.
Kill a god armed with a gun. What a terrifyingly bold act.
I couldn't agree more, Your Majesty. Please allow me to submit as evidence the victim's autopsy report and the crime scene photo.
Around noon, his head showing signs of being hit with a blunt object. Discovered at the base of the stairs of the altar.
It's been a long time since we've had evidence presented in this court as well. It's kind of refreshing, actually.
We may rely on the power of the seances, but our police still carry out investigations. Thus, any proof I provide is indisputable.
Oh, really? Well, forgive me if I don't just take your word for it. Check the evidence out myself by looking at the court records right now. Let's have a look. A song about the Founder's Orb sung during the Dance of Devotion and includes an English translation. Time in death is around noon. Cerebral contusion from a head injury. You're kidding, right? Discovered near the base of the stairs to the altar. Why is there blood on the back of his hand? This is interesting. Very interesting. How did that happen? Obviously, the orb is gone, and that's the murder weapon. But why is there blood on the back of his hand? We'll see just how thorough you and your police were, Mr. Payne.
Such a deplorable crime. The audacity of stealing the sacred treasure of Her Holiness, our founding mother. It's a crime that strikes at the very heart of our nation.
Exactly, Your Majesty. We mustn't let the culprit get away with these heinous deeds. Indeed, such deeds are best described as treason against the crown.
Is this treasure really such a valuable object?
How can you even say such a thing? Of course it is. Why, sealed within the treasure is the very soul, the mitama of the Holy Mother.
Her soul is sealed within the treasure? I think I'll take that with a grain of salt.
You don't believe it, do you?
Of course I believe it. Something tells me I better play along.
This kind of irrelevance, this kind of irreverence is exactly why I dislike defense attorneys so much.
Your Honor, Your Majesty.
What is it now?
This treasure, I've never seen it, so it's a little hard for me to imagine. Could I see a photo of it or something?
Of all the outlandish requests, you defense attorneys are truly beyond the pale.
Getting awfully angry with me. Are those veins popping out of his forehead?
It's forbidden for anyone outside of the royal family to view the treasure itself. They say that anyone without the proper spiritual power would be blinded instantly. That's why the average person has never seen the treasure, Mr. Wright.
Guess there are national treasures that are off limits to the public back home, too. Was the thing empty the whole time? Was there never really a treasure? That's what I'm going with.
For the benefit of the shamelessly uninformed defense, here, let me share with this newspaper article. It includes photos taken about 8 years ago when the treasure was unearthed. These are the only public photos of the outer box in existence. What's more, the treasure box only leaves the temple's treasure room but once a year, for a special New Year's rite that takes place at the palace. Therefore, this treasure box has only ever been seen by a handful of people.
I hear there's been a string of thefts lately of historical artifacts from the temple.
Right, Your Majesty. Inexcusable thievery of precious national treasures for personal gain. And the culprit is the accused.
So he used his position as a monk in training to get his hands on the treasures. Is that it?
The accused's family is by no means wealthy. To help with family finances, he works as a tour guide in addition to his aesthetic training.
Thank you for giving an excellent outline of the case, Mr. Payne. Now then, no more questions from the defense, I presume.
What? No, I do have questions.
Even more? But you just asked a bunch. Well, make it snappy. My class starts in just a few short minutes.
What? You still planning on going to that thing? There's still a lot I don't know about the case. I should ask now while I have the chance. Let's see. What else do I need to know more about? The crime scene, most likely. Mr. Payne, where did the crime take place?
What? As I already stated, it was in the treasure room of the temple.
Oop, that's right.
Have you even been paying attention? He's lying, boys. Not only do they lack morals, but memory, too.
He apparently has all the brain power of a barnyard chicken, Your Majesty.
That explains why he has a crest like a rooster.
No matter where I go in the world, the insults are always the same. Enough! Your Majesty, let me try that again. Butterflies, locks. The weapon. Mr. Payne, what was the murder weapon?
The murder weapon was the treasure box itself. The empty treasure box left at the scene had a large bloodstain on it.
How utterly reprehensible. Using the sacred treasure box for murder!
The accused came to the treasure room with the express purpose of stealing the treasure. He climbed the altar stairs and snatched the box, ready to abscond with it. But he was discovered by Mr. Roll, who had come to the room in the course of his rounds. After walloping Mr. Roll on the head with the treasure box, the accused forced the bloodied housing open and made off with the treasure inside.
But the defendant is just a child. I hardly think he would be able to hit the victim, a grown man, on the head.
Ah, very good point, Mr. Wright. But I'm afraid that won't help you. At the time of the crime, the accused was on the stairs leading up to the altar. The accused's elevated position would more than make up for their difference in stature.
Yeah, I guess that does make sense.
Mr. Payne, your reasoning is flawless. What an elegant argument. Hats off to you, Chief Prosecutor. Your title is obviously well earned. Well, the accused's guilt is certainly conclusive. Unless there is anything else, I am ready to announce my verdict. Very well. In that case, I find the accused...
Just one moment, Your Majesty. Don't you think you're rushing the verdict a little bit?
I told you, I have plans to attend to, and... I'm late. It's already started. How did the time fly by so fast?
He's still stuck on that? We haven't even heard the defendant's side of the story yet. Your Majesty, the defense asserts its right to cross-examine the defendant. We don't have a right here, do we? Huh? Did I say something funny?
Cross-examine the... What do you mean by that?
What? What do you mean, what do I mean?
I seem to have some dim recollection of the process, but I can't quite recall.
And little wonder. A so-called defendant hasn't been questioned in over 20 years.
Should I even be surprised anymore? Anyway, I demand we let the defendant, or the accused, tell his side of the story.
Is that really necessary?
Of course it's necessary, Your Majesty.
And what harm could it do? I say we allow the boy to speak, Your Majesty. Though I doubt he'll have anything relevant to say.
Oh, how kind of you, Your Royal Payne-ness.
Very well. As long as it's okay with you, Mr. Payne. I'm already hopelessly late for my class anyways.
In that case, the prosecution calls the accused back to the witness stand.
Oh, but before we do, I better call my wife and apologize for missing the class. Are there any objections?
Go for it, Your Majesty. This isn't good.
Accused, state your name and occupation again, if you would.
I'll be your guide. I'm in training to be a monk, and I'm a tour guide too.
Why? Now, where were we?
Cross-examining the defendant, Your Majesty.
Right. Let's do that then. At the defense attorney's insistence, might I add.
Sounds a little dispirited. His wife must have given him a piece of her mind.
Well, the defense had better get to it, and make it quick if you please.
The defense? Mr. Wright, I didn't know you were a lawyer.
Well, I am. I'm here to defend you, Albie. Don't worry. All you have to do is tell the truth, and you'll be all right.
You tricked me!
What?
If I knew you were a lawyer, I wouldn't have given you that tour. Give back that Magatamon I gave you yesterday.
Albie, what's gotten into you?
Don't talk to me! You disgust me!
Now even Albie's against me? Why?
This must be a new experience for you, Mr. Wright. Being loathed by a client. Now then, accused, please give the court your testimony. The incident occurred around noon, during the break between the morning and the afternoon dances of devotion. I want you to tell the court what you were doing around that time.
All right. The accused account. Okay. Let's see.
I didn't kill Mr. Roll, and I didn't steal the treasure. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. I've never even seen that treasure box with a green Kuramese butterfly on it. When the incident happened, I was in the hallway planning my tour route.
Okay. How'd you know it was green?
Were you well acquainted with the victim?
Yes, he used to chat with me whenever we ran into each other in the temple. Mr. Roll was a monk in training when he was a kid too, you know.
I bet I'll be looked up to him.
He had to give that up and go and work when his family needed money. That's why he became a guard. But at least that way he could still stay on at the temple. He was so proud when he was put in charge of guarding the treasure box. He even got to carry the box to the palace for the New Year's Eve rite. The victim's parents apparently both died relatively young. So Mr. Roll had to support his younger brothers and sisters as well. But even with his job as a security guard, I'm sure things couldn't have been easy for him.
Sounds like his circumstances and Albie's were very similar.
Mr. Roll encouraged me to never give up. Albie, you train hard and make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me, he say. He was always cheering me on in my training and being in the tour guide business too. Why in the world would I kill a nice man like that?
Yes, I see. You expressed yourself well. You're French. Now that you've heard the accused's account, are you finally satisfied? If so, let's draw this to an expeditious conclusion.
But your majesty, I haven't even cross-examined the defendant yet.
That wasn't the end of it. It's been so long, I don't rightly recall what this cross-examining thing is all about.
A judge who doesn't know what a cross-examination is. What fresh hell am I in?
I really do wish I could remember how it works.
Should I give the judge a refresher? Nah, that's just a tutorial, isn't it? I better save my breath. The judge doesn't exactly seem like a model student. He'll just have to watch and see how it's done. I'm not allowed to go anywhere near the treasure room. Never even seen that treasure box with a green Kuranese butterfly on it. So, we know he's lying because these are the only depictions of it known to the public, and they're in black and white. Hold it! We can get away with pressing all we want, yes? I believe you didn't do it either of those things, Albie.
You do? But you're a lawyer. Of course you'd say that.
Now. No need for that.
But he's right. Lawyers always claim their client is innocent, even if they have to lie. Just like you're doing right now, accused. Don't let me in with that lawyer. I'm not lying. I didn't steal anything and I didn't kill anybody.
Hold it! You're not allowed to go near the treasure room? Why is that?
It's a rule of the temple. They keep a lot of important things in that room.
Yes, like the Founder's Orb in particular. Only the royal family may lay eyes on it.
Did Mr. Payne say anyone without spiritual power would go blind?
I heard you wouldn't be blinded if you just looked at the outer treasure box. But I've never been anywhere near the treasure room. I'm too scared. You gotta believe me.
Hold it! A box with a butterfly on it?
Yeah, you can see it in that newspaper article. Look. See, there's a relief on the Kuranese butterfly on the treasure box.
Oh, there's a sign here carved on the back of the box. I see it now.
It's a sacred butterfly said to carry the soul, or mitama, of the departed. Its wings form a loop that cradles the mitama and carries it to the Twilight Realm.
As you can see, there's even one depicted here behind me in the judge's bench.
Well, what do you know? There it is. Though it kind of looks like he's about to be carried off to the Twilight Realm himself.
Anyway, I've never seen this treasure box. Besides...
Hold it! Planning out your tour route?
Yes, I was planning on a tour route for you.
For me? Well, thank you, Albie.
I wouldn't have done it if I knew you were a lawyer. I wasted all that time on you. Give it back!
Sadly, I'm a lawyer, not a Time Lord. Actually, as soon as he heard that's what I am, he became like a totally different person. I certainly don't think Albie committed murder. However... that outburst earlier makes me wonder if he'd willingly tell me the truth. If I find an inconsistency, I have to present evidence and get him to open up. Alright, present the box.
Objection!
Oh, Albie, why would you lie to me? So you say you've never laid eyes on the treasure box. Is that correct?
That's right. It's forbidden, so I never do that.
In that case, how did you know there was a green butterfly on it?
Huh? Because I saw a picture of it in that newspaper article.
Albie. Nope. Take another look. These photos are in black and white. You couldn't possibly tell what color the butterfly is from these pictures. Hold on. His bag. Did it just move?
Palkunka!
I beg your pardon?
Polkunka is a word in Kurnese that people use when they're surprised.
You just exposed a lie. So this is the power of cross-examination, is it?
I should be the one shocked here by your shocking lack of understanding.
But, just a moment. If the accused was lying, and that just makes him more suspicious than ever.
And this just makes things worse for me than ever. Albie, are you hiding something? Please give only true statements. I can't help you if you don't tell the truth. Darn. This can't seem to get him to open up to me.
So accused, you haven't seen the treasure box with your own eyes after all, haven't you?
Well, maybe I did take a peek one time. A long time ago when I was cleaning the treasure room. But you weren't in the treasure room at the time of the incident, right?
Of course I wasn't.
Objection!
That is a lie. You were most definitely inside that treasure room on the day of the incident. And I have proof.
He does?
This was found on the floor of the treasure room. It's a scroll entitled Notice, and it contains a list of temple monk duties. These instructions pertain to the day of the incident.
And what exactly is that supposed to prove?
The accused's fingerprints were found on the scroll.
What?
Oh no! Where is it? It's not here! I must have dropped it somewhere! Indeed. You must have dropped it when you were busy murdering the victim!
No. Then that means Albie was there on the day of the crime? Remain shut for today's dance of...
So, this is the power of cross-examination. The more the accused talks, the guiltier he paints himself.
Yes, it would seem so, Your Majesty.
He predicted my argument and had evidence ready to refute it.
How is any of that supposed to help the accused?
See, I told you, you can't trust lawyers and their lies. But Neville's already said the kid's guilty. Let's declare him guilty and get it over with.
Oh. Everything's going all wrong. Shadow, what do I do?
Just as I suspected. This cross-examination session has proved to have no purpose whatsoever.
No, you're wrong.
But armed as we are with her benevolence's insight, there's no reason to doubt his guilt.
I guess I'll just have to poke holes in this insight of hers.
By the way, this didn't prove to be very interesting at all, Mr. Payne. Nevertheless, I will now finally announce my verdict.
Wait just one moment, Your Majesty. I haven't seen this divination seance for myself yet. As the defense, I have the right to check it.
Is that really necessary? I have to get home and apologize to my wife.
I guess she really did give him the business.
Your Majesty, I enthusiastically support having Mr. Wright see the seance.
You do? And why is that, Mr. Payne?
Don't you want to see it? See the lawyer being utterly crushed by the power of the seance, and then watch him tearfully beg for mercy?
Well now.
I'm sure it'll make up for it not getting to go to that class with your wife.
It certainly does sound worth seeing. And it'd give me a juicy tidbit to tell the missus.
I've been reduced to a juicy tidbit?
Well then, for an interloper, I imagine you do have to see it for yourself to be convinced. It's certainly unprecedented, but let's have the divination seance performed again. But then right after the tearful begging, I really must be going.
The only tearful begging is going to be coming from the prosecution when we're through.
How pitiful the defense looks, still scrambling desperately for a foothold, blissfully unaware that defeat and despair are all that await him.
There she is, her benevolence.
Your benevolence, Refa Padma Kurain. Thank you for coming all this way once again.
Your gratitude is unnecessary. This is simply my duty. Barb-headed attorney,
Yes.
I am told you questioned the veracity of the sacred divination seance. And it would seem the depths of your irreverence and blasphemy are lost on you.
I'm just a foreigner, ignorant in the ways and customs of the world and this country. I apologize in advance for anything rude I might say or do, Your Benevolence. All I want is a fair trial for all beings.
You would imply that the trials of this country are unfair? Do explain, outsider. How verdicts founded on truths imparted by the very souls of the dead lack impartiality?
What's fair about trials with no defense and no chance for the accused to tell their story?
How dare you speak to her benevolence in that manner?
Did you hear that? Did you hear how he talked to her benevolence? What does he know about anything? Ignorant outsider. We won't stand for it. He must be punished. Yikes. I really stuck my foot in it this time, didn't I? Uh-oh.
Silence, one and all.
Is she standing up for me?
Be not disquieted, my people. He merely expresses his opinion.
Well, well. It looks like her benevolence is going to be more reasonable than I thought.
Attorneys are ghastly creatures with souls stained black by brazen untruths. The words of a lowly worm such as that are not worth troubling yourselves over.
All right, I take that back. Ow, my pride.
None of his prattling can sway the truth of my insights. Rest assured, he will soon see the error of his foolish ways.
Now then, your benevolence.
Yeah, Phoenix does make an amazingly good point.
The divination seance, if you would.
Certainly. Nanya, my robe.
This should be good. What kind of hocus pocus you gonna pull, huh?
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name.
Ah, the power of voice acting then. I see.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
That's not good. What just happened? An image appeared in the pool.
A final message from the victim's soul. The last communication of his Mitama. The divination seance has revealed this to us.
Her benevolence can use her power of spirit communion to predict a victim's memories of the last few moments before their demise.
So what we saw in the pool is what Mr. Roll actually experienced?
In the victim's memories, we see the accused raising a weapon up over his head. This is consistent with the findings of the police investigation. There has to be some kind of a mistake. I didn't do it.
This looks bad for Albie. Really, really bad.
Now do you see why I'm the incredible pain?
More than I can express. But even if those really are the victim's last memories, what can I do with them?
There it is. There's the face of a man being utterly crushed. Oh, how long I waited to see it. Isn't it wonderfully gratifying, Your Majesty?
Oh yes, very satisfying indeed. Now, are you finally convinced, traveler? The accused is most assuredly guilty.
Am I really the only unbiased one here? Oh, wait, where's the thing? Oh, here it is.
Now then, I think we've been amused enough. If you give up now, I won't even invoke the Defense Culpability Act against you. You'd be free to slink back to your own country with your tail between your legs.
The Defense Culpability Act? What is that exactly?
What? You mean you honestly don't know?
No. What's with all the hubbub, exactly?
Well. Not only is he a lying, black-hearted lawyer, he's also an imbecile. Your Majesty, I think you better explain the Defense Culpability Act to him.
Yes, I think I'd better. The Defense Culpability Act, or DC Act for short, is as follows. In the name of her evidence, those who would support criminals will be deemed just as guilty. In other words, if you help the accused by defending him, and he is found guilty, you will receive the same sentence as he.
What kind of insane law is this? What the hell is this crap? By the way, there you go. I'm sorry, this goes smack dab in the face of basically everything about being a lawyer, being an attorney of any kind. What the hell is this? Where's my gavel? Hold on, where's my fucking thing? I'm gonna pass that. I'm gonna go to Kura Inn, and I'm gonna go up those stairs to that temple, and I'm gonna bash the brains out of whoever came up with this crap. Okay. Angry Shackle's gone. Calm Shackle's back. We're cool. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, man. That's just... Oh, you were muted. My bad. To explain why I got so irate there, my college degree is in criminal justice.
Wait, what?
Yeah, my college degree is in criminal justice, so this just set off a whole bunch of nerves. Woo! I haven't been that mad in a while.
Fair.
Alright.
Under the DC Act, many an attorney has been convicted and met with a grim fate. Some went to prison, others received the death penalty. That's why there are so few in our country today who admit to being an attorney.
That's as it should be. The history of our courts proves that attorneys are black-souled creatures who will tell any lie to save the accused.
Oh, I see. There have been so many crooked attorneys inside this country that it's become stigma to be one.
And there's a bit more to it, but I won't get into too much.
Please don't.
Yeah, alright.
Thus, attorneys deserve to be exterminated.
Ow! I've never felt so much hostility coming at me from so many sides. What could have happened to make everyone feel this way?
You fell right into my trap, Phoenix. Your win streak against me and my brother ends today. With the Seance and the DC Act on my side, I will finally get my revenge.
So that's why he was so eager to have me defend Albie.
Chased out and humiliated back home, he brought me to the foothills of Kurain. I thank my lucky stars that I'm the chief prosecutor here now.
Defense. Know that if I rule the accused as guilty, you will go to prison too.
That explains Albie's reactions earlier.
Your Majesty, isn't a prison sentence a bit lenient? After all, we're talking about treason. One should pay for such a crime with one's life.
You're trying to kill me!
Yes. I believe the death penalty might be an appropriate judgment under these circumstances.
The death penalty? No way. You're kidding, right, Your Majesty?
Do I look like I'm kidding? I'll have you put your life and your dark-tainted soul on the line here.
This can't be happening.
The courts of resignation. Our courts are well known as thus. In this land where my seances provide the truth and no attorneys can intervene, criminals know that all they can do is resign themselves to their fate.
Go forward, lawyer. I ask you once more. Are you sure you still want to defend the accused?
Gulp. Maya to think of in all this, too. I can't just lay down my life. What in the world should I do? You're kidding, right, game? Of course I'm gonna continue defending. What kind of bullshit is that? Isn't this why I became a lawyer in the first place? Help those with no one on their side. I can't just abandon everything I believe in. All I can do now is stand firm and fight.
Well, don't hold your tears back on my account, Mr. Wright. Admit your defeat and grovel before me, the chief prosecutor for your life.
Even if it means being subjected to the Defense Culpability Act. I will defend Albie!
What? Mr. Wright! Yeah! Ow.
The defendant insists that he's innocent, and not even a divination seance should be accepted without examination. Ow, my hand! I smacked my wall for that one! Ow!
But if I'm found guilty, you'll get the death penalty too! Even knowing that, you'd still want to defend me?
I don't know what happened in the past here. I don't know what caused this insanity of a courtroom. I don't know what happened here. But it looks like everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. So I can understand if you don't believe me. But I still believe in you and your innocence, Albie. So all I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it.
Barbed-headed attorney, you continue to amuse me. Though your barbed jabs are proving to be more than mere jokes.
Your benevolence. Believe me when I say that this attorney will knock your insights out.
That's enough!
Insolent, disrespectful attorney! You'll have plenty of time to regret your folly in the Twilight Realm.
Bring it on!
Not a wise move, traveler. Not wise at all. You should have taken the chance I offered to save your life. But you have made your choice. The Defense Culpability Act will be applied in this case. And with this verdict, you'll both soon be parting with your heads.
The souls of the departed speak only the truth, and I but give their message a voice. If you think my insights contain falsehood, I challenge you to prove it.
Very well, I shall. If it means defending Albie with all that I am and all that I stand for, so be it.
The accused swung whatever he was holding down on the victim's head. With the pain, the victim's vision went dark. This is when he lost his life. Still, I can't believe it. A murder after the morning dance of devotion? These are the victim's experiences just before his death.
As the victim's final memories, we can assume that they aren't lies. So how do I break this down? Okay.
Allow me to relieve you of your ignorance, defense. Did you notice the words that appeared in the seance vision?
Come to think of it, I did see words. The Song of Ceremony and incense.
The victim's final memories are not limited to sights alone.
What are they, thoughts?
Sight, smell, taste, sound, touch, all is laid bare in the pool of souls.
So what Mr. Roll experienced with his 5 senses appears in the vision as words, correct?
Precisely. And by examining these sensations, we can perceive the victim's final moments with unparalleled clarity.
Works for me. I can use all the extra information I can get. More the better. Now, to find a contradiction between her insights and the seance vision. Let's see. Your benevolence, I ask that you please show me the seance vision once more.
Very well.
Incense. Song of ceremony, boy's voice. Wait a minute. Her benevolence said after the morning dance of devotion earlier, didn't she? Wait a minute. During the morning dance of devotion. Isn't there something off about that? First, I'll use these to make my way through the insights that seem off. Yes, this is the insight that sounded funny. Now, I'll just carefully compare this insight with a seance vision. If I notice a sensation that seems contradictory, I'll just select it. Song of ceremony. Wait. Now I just select the sensation that I think is inconsistent, right? The Song of Ceremony. Doesn't the Song of Ceremony begin before? Yeah, it does begin before, doesn't it? Hold on. It begins before the Dance of Devotion. So how could he be hearing it?
Objection!
Wait just a moment.
Yes? What is it, Barbhead?
You're saying that this incident occurred after the morning Dance of Devotion, yes?
That's right. What of it?
Then isn't it strange that Mr. Roll could still hear the Song of Ceremony?
Oh my! You're absolutely right!
Is that all that troubles you?
Huh?
What the victim heard was just a practice run of the Song of Ceremony.
Practice run? What are you talking about?
Mr. Payne, if you would. Certainly. Allow me to explain. The incident occurred at the interval between the morning and afternoon dances. During that time, the singers were practicing in the performance hall. Precisely. I was there as well, so I can corroborate this statement.
I see. So what the victim heard was that practice session.
There goes my contradiction. Okay, so they were practicing in this performance hall. That must be the room where Albie and I saw her benevolence dancing.
However, Mr. Payne, I admit one detail troubles me.
Ask away, Your Majesty.
It's a big temple. The performance hall and the treasure room are quite far from each other. Could the song really be heard all the way in the treasure room?
He's right. It is a very big temple. Well, how about it, Mr. Payne?
Your Majesty, have you forgotten? There are speakers in every room of the temple, including the treasure room.
Oh, that's right.
Speakers? For what purpose?
Are you serious, Mr. Wright? They're to broadcast the sacred music of the performance hall throughout the temple. That's why the victim could hear the song of ceremony in the seance vision. It was the practice run going on in the performance hall, heard over the speakers.
Thank you for your explanation, your benevolence. That makes perfect sense, even to a feeble-minded old man like me.
Think nothing of it.
Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you please alter your insights for us?
Very well.
Okay. I think I'm getting the hang of this. If I point out an inconsistency, she'll update her insights accordingly. So if I keep pointing things out, maybe I can knock all of her insights out once and for all. I can better find another inconsistency, no matter how small they are. It's a bit hard to focus on the insights with my seance vision going. I'll try using pause to temporarily stop the vision. There, I paused the vision. I think I can use this to jump between different parts of the vision. M and B? What the hell? I'll try moving to the Matima mark to the flashing red panel here. Okay, now that I know how to get around in seance visions, it's time to find inconsistencies between the insights and the vision. Let's see here. With the pain. I see no pain.
Objection!
Oh, that worked. Huh. You're saying the victim's field of vision went dark right after he was struck, correct?
Of course. As anyone with eyes can see.
Well, pardon me, but I must disagree.
What?
Your benevolence, please take another look at the exact moment the victim felt pain.
Oh.
Everything goes black, and then only after that the victim feels pain.
Inconceivable.
This places the order of events at odds with what you say has happened.
My word.
Halunka! Your benevolence! What is the meaning of this?
I cannot be wrong. My insights are beyond fallacy.
If what the defense says is the truth, this is a very grave matter indeed. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but I'm afraid this contradiction is something we simply can't ignore.
Objection! Now, let's not be so hasty, Your Majesty. I think we can clear this up.
You have something to add, Mr. Payne.
1,000 apologies. It seems the prosecution has failed to make one tiny thing clear.
And that would be?
On the day of the incident, there was a power outage, a blackout in one part of the temple. And as I recall, the crime scene was in that sector. The power outage must be why the victim's field of vision went dark. I apologize for neglecting to tell the court this detail. I'm afraid it slipped my mind.
Or rather, you knew all along and are only letting it slip now that it's convenient, Payne.
The power outage knocked out both the lights and the speakers. Oh, there was a blackout there, was there?
Wait, that means that the speakers couldn't have been playing!
Well, now, that explains everything, does it not?
What do you mean, your benevolence? Please share your thoughts with us, if you would.
The blackout occurred when the accused and the victim were faced one another. Fearing the victim would flee under the cover of darkness, the accused swiftly brought his weapon down on the victim's head.
I see. That makes perfect sense, your benevolence.
So the victim was struck after the lights went out. The depth of your insight is awe-inspiring, your benevolence. Give her a hand, everyone.
Hey, I want to live long and prosper too, you know.
Enough applause. You flatter me.
Now, your benevolence. In light of this new information,
Yes, of course. I won't alter my insight.
Uh-huh. So much for my inconsistency. But at least I was able to draw out some new info. And with new info comes a chance to find new inconsistencies. Now, to compare the insights with the vision again and see what else I can dig up. Alright, let's see. Pause. Forward. Aha! I think this is correct.
Objection!
Yes, I finally found it. This is the gaping hole I've been looking for. Your benevolence, as impressive as your spirit communion power is, it is not infallible.
You never know when to stop talking, do you? I hope you realize your words are an insult to all adherents of Koreanism.
defense. Watch what you say. If you don't mind that tongue of yours, you won't have one left to mind.
It's certainly not my intention to insult spirit mediums. But maybe I'm not the one who needs to learn when to stop talking.
What malarkey?
I believe you said a few moments ago that the victim could hear the song of ceremony thanks to the temple speakers, yes? But then, how do you explain how the victim could still hear the song of ceremony even after the power went out? This contradiction of facts can only mean that the song of ceremony Mr. Roll heard was not coming from the speakers.
What? Impossible!
What are you saying? The song that he heard was coming directly from the performance hall?
That's exactly what I'm saying. It's the only possible explanation.
But the scene of the crime was nowhere near the performance hall.
Right. The song couldn't make it all the way to the treasure room. Not unless...
You mean to say...
Yes, the treasure room was not the actual scene of the crime. It must have been somewhere else. Somewhere closer to the performance hall.
What?
You can't be serious!
There is a glaring contradiction in the claims of her benevolence and the prosecution. Therefore, the defense insists that this case be thoroughly re-examined.
What? No. No.
This is completely unprecedented. An inconsistency in her benevolence's insights? Unbelievable.
Heed not his forked tongue, your majesty. These are but the claims of a corrupt lawyer. A feeble ruse from a feeble mind.
But the contradiction revealed by the defense is undeniable. We can't just turn a blind eye to it.
But the defense assertions is, in the end, meaningless. Even if the location of the murder turned out to be different, it doesn't change what we see in the moment of the murder. Indeed, the accused is standing right there in front of the victim. Furthermore, the murder weapon remains raised above his head. My insights still stand.
I hate to admit it, but that part is correct. The seance vision still makes the situation look really grim for Albie.
I doubt even the defense can dream of an explanation as to why. The accused has his hands up over his head.
Well, this defense dares to dream. Thinking out of this nightmare alive.
You what? You still insist on trying to tear down my insights, do you? You better be prepared to back up your claim. Remember what will happen to that tongue of yours if we find you were just wet.
Of course I can back up my claim, as soon as I think of something.
You appear to be fully prepared, defense. As the embodiment of this court, I give you permission to try and prove your claim, as long as you are willing to stake your life on it.
I concur, Your Majesty. Prepare the tongue shears. Chop, chop.
Chop, chop. Hold on.
Yes, let's have the bailiff fetch them. I think I saw a suitable pair in the basement. Chop, chop.
Stop, stop.
I hear that lying lawyers have several tongues to spare. I'm sure you won't miss one.
Okay, these people are actually serious. Why they're attached to my tongue? Think! Other than to raise a weapon, why would Albie have his hands up like that? Oh! Ah, so that's why! The reason the defendant had his hands up over his head can be explained by something in the crime photo. He has a gun! He could have been holding up Albie, but why?
Take that!
As in the seance's vision, I witnessed the defendant raise both of his hands over his head yesterday.
You did? Where did you see such a thing?
When the police had their guns trained on him as they made their arrest.
Oh, are you saying?
The victim was a security guard and an armed one at that. The defense proposes that the victim had pointed his firearm at Albie. And that's why the defendant's hands were raised in the air. The problem people have with the dual destinies in this game is that the amount of hand holding is... Okay, in the game's defense, sometimes you just kind of need it. Like, if you're in the middle of a case and then you have to go and take care of something and come back like a couple of hours later or more, sometimes you forget important details. And then you're going to be thanking that flashback.
Palunga!
Ow.
Who would have thought the seance vision could be interpreted that way? This is not possible. It can't be.
Not bad for a total knockout. How dare that lawyer devil go up against her benevolence?
He's no better than that traitorous snake, Dirk.
Traitorous snake? Dirk? Who the hell is that?
No, I can't believe it. Contradiction in one of my insights. There has to be some kind of mistake. I won't accept it. That's right, Your Benevolence. And I won't accept it either. It goes against all we hold sacred. Throw him in jail immediately for Liz Majesty.
What? Uh-oh. They're definitely not my fans right now. Uh-oh.
Peace! Give me peace! I said peace! Now, everyone, please calm down.
Is he?
Your Majesty, please assign this black-hearted attorney a suitable punishment.
No, I can't charge him with lèse majesty.
What? What? But why not, Your Majesty?
He was simply following the proper procedure for defending the accused. There is nothing unlawful about that.
But Your Majesty, don't you want to wrap this trial up quickly? Why not just give your verdict? Then you can go home and make it up to your wife.
We can't end the trial now. Not when we just learned new information about the case.
What? Your Majesty, not you too. You would honestly entertain the idea that my insights contain a contradiction?
Truly, it is shocking. In the 20-plus years since the DC Act went into effect, such a thing has never occurred. To be honest, I didn't want to believe it either. But, with his life on the line, the defense pointed out an inconsistency, and it is our duty to scrutinize it to the satisfaction of the law.
You dare go against the royal priestess? You non-believer?
No, my faith is as strong as ever. But I have a duty to make fair ruling in this trial. If you insist on interfering with that process, Your Benevolence, I'm afraid that I must request your removal from this courtroom, Royal Priestess or not.
What? I'll have you know.
Your Benevolence! Please, acquiesce in this, Your Benevolence.
It looks like a kill.
I won't forget this offense, Barbed Head. I do not admit defeat. I won't.
Bailiff, please, see Her Benevolence out.
Your Matima will face retribution in the Twilight Realm. The demons there, they will pluck the barbs right off your stupid head. I hope your suffering will be super duper painful. And I hope they will throw you in a lake of burning fire. And then
I guess she's still just a teenager after all.
Now then, defense, Mr. Light, was it?
That's right, Your Majesty. Phoenix Wright.
Of course, Mr. Wright. My apologies. Well, now that we have this newly uncovered fact, I suggest we proceed with arguments.
Thank you, Your Majesty. We got the judge on our side! Yes! Now we can actually have a chance. Granted, it's still not guaranteed, but there's a chance.
Yes, yes. But do not misunderstand me. This doesn't mean I trust you. Not completely. I'll be keeping a close eye on you, so don't even think about lying to this court.
I understand, Your Majesty. Maybe now we can finally run a real trial here.
arguments, Your Majesty. Very well, I accept your challenge.
What's with him? Hi, Cody. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to this cockamamie kangaroo court.
Oh, the look on your face, Mr. Wright. It's just too hilarious.
What's so funny, Mr. Payne?
The fence still doesn't get it. The truth he unearthed is going to bury him and his case instead.
What do you mean by that, prosecutor?
I told you, it's Chief Prosecutor.
Yes, because that's all the thing. Because that's the thing to focus on right now.
The defense is digging its own grave. Consider this, Your Majesty. Why would the victim, a security guard, point a gun at the accused?
Oh.
Oh, indeed. Because the accused was about to commit a theft. It's the only logical explanation.
What? That does sound pretty logical, actually. Shit.
It doesn't help the accused situations at all. If anything, it makes him look even more guilty.
Yes, I have to agree.
Allow me to spell out this truth the defense didn't bother to think through. Mr. Roll came across the accused just as he was trying to steal the treasure. The guard pointed his gun at the accused, and just as the power went out, the accused murdered the victim and hid the body in the treasure room. A hand truck for moving heavy treasure around is stored in the treasure room. The accused could have easily moved the body with that.
After all that hard work to knock down those insights. Back into the old familiar corner once more.
Mr. Wright, do you have a rebuttal?
Drawing a total blank here.
I hope you're ready to climb that scaffold.
I asked you a question, defense.
Got nothing. I can't think of any grounds for an objection. The only thing to do at this point is ask the defendant himself what happened. But I don't know if Albie will cooperate with me or not. Albie. Will you tell us what really happened?
You don't have to say anything, accused. Fall for his evil trap and you'll only dirty your own soul.
Albie, you have to tell the truth. I can't help you unless you do.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry.
Why? Why won't he trust me? Is this it? Is this the end for both of us? Maya, I'm sorry.
I never met a real lawyer before. Everybody always told me they're bad people who help dirty criminals go free. Never thought a lawyer would actually try to help me. Would actually believe in me. Would risk his own life for me. Never would have even imagined it.
Albie?
So, that's why I lied. Try and save myself. I'm not gonna lie anymore. If you believe in me enough to put your own life on the line, then I'm gonna believe in you too. What? Allow me to explain.
We got the most important person on our side now. We got the witness, the accused on our side. And that's honestly all you need. Let's get going. Time to get to the bottom of things.
To be honest, I went into the treasure room lots of times to look at that treasure box.
Even though the temple told you you weren't allowed to go anywhere near it.
Yes. I'm sorry. Mr. Roll even saw me once and scolded me. That box is so beautiful. The way it glows in the dark, I couldn't help myself.
Wait, it glows in the dark?
That's right. It's covered in this special mineral known as fluorinite that makes it glow. It's absolutely breathtaking. It really is a shame they didn't put it on display for the public. Can you imagine how many people would go on night tours to the temple if they did?
If only he applied such passion to telling me the truth earlier. So, hold on a minute. That means he couldn't have been holding it.
On the day of the incident, I was on my way to the treasure room again when I ran into Mr. Roll on the Great Stairs.
So those were not the treasure room stairs in the seance vision.
No, they were the Great Stairs that connected to the hallway.
That makes sense. The vision wasn't clear enough to show what was at the top of the stairs.
All of a sudden, Mr. Roll drew his gun and threatened me with it. I quickly put my hands up. Mr. Roll, he acted so scarily. For some reason, he had his scarf over his mouth. I couldn't read his expression at all. Just then, the power went out. So I took that chance to hightail it out of there. I ran for my life. Even now, when I try to think back on it, all I can remember are the gun and the piercing look in Mr. Roll's eyes. That must have been when I dropped the notice scroll.
Which means someone else brought it to the treasure room along with Roll's body. Did Mr. Roll say anything to you when you ran into him on the stairs? What is it, Albie?
I have no idea why, but he asked me a strange question. Did you steal it? He asked.
What?
I'm sorry. Sorry I didn't say all this before. I didn't think anybody would believe me. A grand speech! Well, that confirmed my suspicions that you were the thief!
Objection! Hold it! It's possible the victim simply misread the situation.
Objection! Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say. The victim must have had good reason to be suspicious of the accused.
Why does every new piece of information have to seem so incriminating?
Shadow, what do I do, Shadow? And what better reason to suspect the boy than seeing the treasure box in his hands? In the course of his rounds, the victim must have noticed the treasure had been stolen. And then, just after that, he ran into the accused, Albie, your guide. No, that's not what happened. Therefore, the one who stole the treasure and who killed the victim can be none other than the accused.
Ow. Is that a dog? Is that an adorable doggo? What now? Doggo!
Hey, Shadow, down, boy.
Well, what do we have here?
I'm sorry about this. This is my dog, Shadow.
You nearly gave me a heart attack.
So that's what was making his bag move.
Can't you quiet that yappy mutt down? Shadow says that Mr. Roll made a mistake.
You can understand him.
Don't tell me this is a surprise witness for the defense.
I beg your pardon. You're not thinking of cross-examining an animal, are you?
Of course not, Your Majesty. Not this time, anyway.
Ugh. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I thought I'd have to reassess my assessment of your sanity for a second there.
I think I'd better reassess my strategy, and fast. I to somehow show that somebody else could have struck the victim or were sunk. While it's true the defendant was standing in front of the victim when he died, it doesn't mean that somebody else couldn't have struck the victim at that time.
If you're going to go that far, then I hope this means you have another angle of approach ready.
Exactly. I mean, who but the accused, standing front and center, could have done it? Unless you can back up your claim, it's nothing more than conjecture.
Okay, come on, Phoenix. I know I can think of something convincing. Where else could the victim have been struck from? Duh, right here.
Take that!
With the defendant standing in front of the victim, isn't it possible that the victim could have been struck from behind?
From behind you, say. I see. Yes, I suppose it's not outside the realm of possibility.
Good. At least I have some breathing room.
But who do you suppose it could have been?
The true culprit, naturally. The one who actually committed the theft and the murder.
The true culprit? And I suppose you have a true timeline of events to go along with that.
I should have known I'd have to explain everything. Alright, if we assume the true culprit struck the victim from behind, then that means... After going to the treasure room and stealing the treasure, the true culprit tried to escape. But then Mr. Roll appeared, making his rounds. I imagine the culprit then quickly hid in the storeroom at the other end of the hall.
You're grasping at straws, Mr. Wright. Admit it, you've got nothing but baseless conjecture.
I'm going to look for something to base it on right now. Albie, when you ran into Mr. Roll in the hallway, was there anyone around the storeroom area?
I don't know. There might have been somebody there, but I couldn't see. I was only halfway down the stairs, so I couldn't see the ends of that hallway.
I see. Swing and a miss.
Oh, Shadow said someone was there.
I see. Thank you for that. Too bad his testimony is inadmissible. You think this is a joke? Maybe the defendant didn't happen to see this other person. But that doesn't mean the true culprit couldn't have been there in the hallway.
Your desperate floundering is getting hard to watch. But I will enjoy watching you sink.
What are you talking about?
Unfortunately for you, only the accused and the victim were there in that hallway at the time of the incident.
How can you continue to make that assertion?
Because there was a witness. A very reliable eyewitness.
What?
Your Majesty, the prosecution would like to call its witness to the stand.
Calling an eyewitness to the stand. It's been decades since that happened.
And unlike the defendant's witness, you can rest assured that there are no pets involved.
That was a low blow. Sick him, boy! Sick him! Get his ass!
Very well, I'll allow it. And now for something we've not heard in quite some time. Bring the witness to the stand!
I really hope this isn't hurting my desk. Oh! Oh, it's you! Come on, then, what's your name? What's your really punny name?
Witness, please state your punny name for and occupation for the court and for Shackles' interests.
Shut it, Payne. Peace, love, and understanding is the name. I'm like Temple's head monk. Oh my god! This is the worst name pun yet. Peace, love, and understanding. Peace, love, and understanding. Oh. He's a monk, and his name is Peace, Love, and Understanding. I'm just... This is some kind of stuff I would pull in Dungeons and Dragons, naming a character like this. Holy hell.
Oh, if it isn't the instructor understanding, you're the eyewitness?
Instructor.
Not only Mr. Understanding Temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Dalman expert.
Sorry to have to ask, but what's a dolmen? Oh, the instrument. Check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader. My one and only. Groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother. When dry. Oh, he's the... Okay. Well, while he sings, I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Oh, let the old man sit down.
I know that he's the person who did it because he was shown in the opening cutscene, Moss. And he's not the worst pun name in the game? You gotta be kidding, right? That's insane. Alright. By the way, I think I'm gonna stop after we're done with this case. I think I'm gonna make it one case per stream. So, that's the song from the Dance of Devotion. Right on, brother. The song of ceremony. Playing and stewing together, precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig? Song of ceremony. The song that was playing at the time of the murder. Wait, hold on. Oh, holy mother. Hold on, time out. How did he do it? We heard the song of ceremony being played in the victim's memory. How did he do that? May the righteous sound of my dog serve as my offering to you. And also, please get Jackal to learn how to say the word Dalhamar.
Wonderful. A great performance as always.
This is my thing, you know? My bag. I make instruments speak, baby. By the by, Magistrate Pops. No Dalmalan class today.
No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime. Thanks to the lawyer over there.
The class the judge wanted to attend was a Damalan lesson?
Well, you know what they say. Never trust the lawyer. But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice. Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Understanding. Once the treasure's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen. Yeah, man. That was not cool.
Keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Understanding?
That's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure box key. And I keep it on me at all times. Can you dig? But the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker. Total bummer, man.
So that's the key to the treasure box, is it?
You know it, baby. It's called the Magatama key. And it's a historical artifact of Luke. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk, temple to temple.
Nagatama key, huh?
And now someone's jacked the treasure. On my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever gonna face her holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find it in your infinite mercy. Forgive me. Please, guide this lost and hopeless.
Why do I always get the far out ones?
Mr. Understanding, you witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room? You know it, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor.
Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? And shackle, no drinking yet.
Aw! Bring justice against the transgressor, man? Yes, of course. I'll do all that I can. In the name of her holiness, I vow to sing naught but the truth. I swear to break. Hit me.
Now you may drink, Shackle.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Magistrate. Sorry, I'm gonna have to get used to that.
What I saw, baby. After the morning dance of devotion, man. To go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Don't you know my chamber's on the way? The temple's treasure room? Hey.
It is? Hold on. Well, technically he could have seen them down here, but if he says he's midway up the stairs, I doubt it. Not unless he was up at the top.
Any small footsteps, I can quite clearly hear anyone to the treasure room. Holiday was the only one. Holiday was the only one. Before the blackout, what other than Raw? Only Ollie to the treasure room did stroll.
Okay. Tell me I was hallucinating just now.
Like, can you believe Mr. Roll did the big one after that? Harsh, man. I share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Understanding?
What? You found the body as well? He really is a key witness then.
That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker and give power back to the people. The circuit box is near my chamber, so I'm always the man for the job. You feel me?
Okay.
The breakers are in the first floor hallway in front of the storeroom. On the way, I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man. really harsh to my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what's what. And it was like, whoa, man. There was poor Mr. Roll, dead as a doornail.
Alright.
In the interval between the end of the dance of devotion and the blackout, the only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. Understanding's unassailable account is what led to the accused's arrest.
Hold it. Isn't it possible that the murder took place before the end of the dance of devotion?
I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance.
He was?
Would you like some proof? How's this? A photo of that morning's dance of devotion taken by a tourist.
My, what graceful dancing! I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Understanding's Dalman now. Really, Shackle, you must learn how to say Dalmalan.
Sorry. Kane's right. There's Mr. Roll, right there on duty. And there's Understanding.
Never underestimate the incredible pain.
So in addition to Wright's insights, he had backup evidence lined up too, huh? Just in case I came along.
As head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids, like my family. Can you dig it? I should have taught I'll be better, man. Before her holiness, the holy mother. Oh, I'll be confess your sin, my young brother. Head monk Understanding, I didn't kill Mr. Roll, so I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother. What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling it? Spare the rod, hey. Spoil a child. Her Holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the Twilight Realm.
I don't suppose she could forgive him in this realm first.
The French, please begin your cross-examination.
All right. All right, let's press everything, shall we?
Hold it!
I have a question.
Lay it on me, man.
How dare you interrupt the performance of the great Peace, Love, and Understanding? I was really enjoying that.
Sorry, but you know, there's something about that name I can't put my finger on.
What's so funny about Peace, Love, and Understanding?
You had a question for me, brother?
You were playing something during the Dance of Devotion, weren't you?
You know it, baby. I was playing my beautiful girl right here. This time alive. Jackal finally got it, man. Rejoice, all brothers and sisters. In offering to her holiness, I played the music, and the singers sing the song of ceremony.
Mr. Understanding's playing is the best in the kingdom. It must please her holiness greatly. Now then, could you continue with your testimony, Mr. Understanding?
For the Holy Mother, Anthony Bondstrom. Mr. Milan still needs some plucking. Looks like he's got it down, people. Rejoice. Don't you know my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room?
Hold it! Could you please point out one more time where your chamber is located?
Yeah, man. No sweat. My chamber is on the way from the performance hall to the treasure room, man.
So anyone going to the treasure room would have to pass by Understanding's chamber.
Dear peace and love and chance.
really small footsteps. I can hear it clearly. Hold it! Even from inside your chamber, you can still hear what's going on outside? Temple is a groovy old building, man. Built from Mother Nature's finest. You can hear a pin drop through the wooden walls, you dig? In an old building like that, I guess the walls must be pretty thin.
And that's how Mr. Understanding could know the culprit's movements. It's all thanks to the Holy Mother's divine protection.
Right on, my man. I dedicate this testimony to her holiness. Hold on! How could you tell it was Albie just from the sound of some footsteps? Albie is practically family, man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out. But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Didn't you think it was possible he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall? No way, man. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. You saw him? In the treasure room. This you can believe. My papers paint the sneaky snake Albie.
And tell us where it is you stood when you saw the accused, if you would.
You are horrible. When I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. From my window, I can see the window of the first floor hallway across the courtyard. You dig? And through that window, I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Should I have add this statement to his... yeah, always add it to the testimony. Could you please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Understanding? You got it, brother. Window I did spy, little Albie with my own eye. Hold it! How can you be so sure that nobody else was in there? Whoa, man. You lawyers are as uptight as they say. Isn't it possible that someone else could have snuck past? The answer, my friend, is squeaky wooden floorboards, baby. Oh, man, they make such a racket, not even the quietest cat could sneak by me, you dig?
Yes, that makes sense. And all of that just now is simply more of the attorney's unfounded suspicions, I see.
That's the truth, baby. It's all that I see. The truth is all. It's everything.
I am not singing that. Words of wisdom, words of truth. No.
Much thanks to Mr. Understanding. Let's bring an end to the defense's grandstanding.
You're not stopping me. Until my client goes free. Wait a minute. Why am I singing? Right on. Even the lawyers joining in, baby. Everybody's starting to feel the groovy vibe of my far-out rhythm. I refuse to let him run the show. I think I found the flaw I've been looking for. Understanding was in his chambers on the second floor. There's something that definitely should have been blocking his view. It was? There was? This is the only thing I can think of. Let's present
Objection!
it. There's something odd about the witness's statement.
No. The only thing odd I find here is your objection. I hope this will help you change your ways.
That didn't go very well. Uh-huh.
Oh! Oh! This!
Objection!
Take this, you motherfucker!
There's something off about that, Mr. Understanding. My music is off? I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't topping the charts for you. What's your poison? Orchestra? Jazz? Soul, brother? There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness. But something's not quite right with your eyes. Mr. Understanding, you've been lying to this court. Now, why would I lie? I got nothing to hide. Truth and truth alone is all I see. Lying, y'all. Not lying anything. I contend otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Understanding? It's a temple notice, man. What of it? In this notice, the following instruction to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion. What you talking about, Phoenix? I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone going into the treasure room through the shutters. Yeah. His guitar was out of tune right there. Hold up. It looks like you didn't get the memo. Yeah, it's out of tune. No way. I don't believe it, man. If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notice for yourself? Let's see here. Something, something. Little something. Or something, something. Is that your idea of reading? I'm not so hot at reading Pyrenees, man. I usually get one of those other monks to read stuff for me, you know? Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult? Hey, cut me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago. What? That's quite recent, isn't it? So, how does someone who's only been here 6 months become head monk of a temple? At this point, Albie has more of a right to run the temple than you do, Mr. Head Monk.
How little you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. I've only been an adherent of Puranism for 3 months myself. The Holy Mother's teachings really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country.
Or was it the fact that there are no lawyers here that spoke to you? Mr. Payne, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness's teachings spoke to me, too. Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Well, I know why Payne suddenly became a believer in Puranism. But Understanding have had an ulterior motive for becoming a believer as well? Mr. Understanding, were you really in your chambers as you claim? What? Hey, be chill, brother. Weren't you instead somewhere else?
Objection! Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting now?
According to Mr. Understanding's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest that he could have seen Albie from somewhere else?
Well...
Do you have a theory, the French? Do you know where Mr. Understanding was, if not in his chamber?
If it wasn't in his room, then... If Albie had gone down the hallway towards the treasure room, there are only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then? The defense proposes this is the only place he could have been to see Albie go down that hall. near the breaker. He's the one who cut the power.
Take that!
There. But you just suggested earlier. That's where the true culprit might have been.
True. But no matter how I look at it, this is the only place understanding could have been.
Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Understanding of being the true culprit in this case?
I have no choice. Well, not only because he's the one we saw on the thing, but yeah, we have to accuse him. Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there is a strong possibility this witness is the murderer. Yeah, they're gonna hate me now. If they didn't hate me before.
Objection! How dare you be so disrespectful? First you criticize her benevolence and insights, and now you accuse the head monk of murder?
Objection!
This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was here, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room.
That's nothing but groundless conjecture!
And there's one more thing. You remember what was said in the opening argument?
The opening argument.
During that argument, it was suggested that Albi used his position as a monk in training to get his hands on the treasure.
That's right, and what of it?
Well, why don't we try this twist on besides? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure.
What?
What?
You joshing me, man? The key to the treasure box has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure?
You can't possibly be serious!
Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Understanding's oath of faith is nothing but a lie designed to get him close to the treasure?
The witness hasn't been truthful in his testimony to the court. So clearly he isn't above lying. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but the truth you would bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question.
Objection! This is ridiculous! Are there no limits to what this lawyer will say? I mean, lying is such a strong word! It was just a mistake!
Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. You're just embarrassing yourself, man.
What?
What was that, Mr. Understanding?
Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. Man, you call my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother, and nobody gets away with that. Wait, what? What? Since when was that a thing? What? Since when was... since when could you make a wooden instrument into an electric... What? Oh, I'm gonna have to bust out the rock and roll voice, aren't I? Shit! I hate that voice. Sorry, man. You shut your mouth!
What on earth was that? It was making my ears bleed. Poor shackle.
This is the music of my soul! The twat messenger! You tell man! Gonna tell this lying lawyer straight to hell! He dribbled with lies, running with Philistines! I'm gonna send that lawyer to the guillotine!
Philistines, my bad. I've always heard it said Philistines, but eh. And now for something completely different. And now for something completely different.
That planky plunk music just wouldn't let me express my rage!
Your rage, huh? Isn't the real source of your anger having your lie exposed?
You just don't get it! If I lied, it's because you drove me to it! All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations!
Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job.
Yeah, well, lawyers are crap! Keep making noise, and I'll have to use my power here on you!
I'm the one making noise?
Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, do ya? Fine! Let's see you try! Feel the height of my brutal death beat!
Is he gonna continue his testimony?
Savage, right? Sweating bullets! The screams of my soul are gonna make a mosh pit out of this pancake!
Did he really just win the court over with that performance?
Yo, Giza! I got something to testify! Get ready for the hell of my soul! I call this top of soul screaming truth! Also, sorry, Shackle.
Shut up and just get on with it. I don't want to use your voice any more than I have to.
I hope you all know that Shackle's only gonna do this once! Once for each line, so pay attention! The priestess is dead to come to an end! To the music storeroom by way I did win! The truth is what you dreamed! In this shred! From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creeping to the treasure room and trailing on from behind, hound on the scent. I saw Paul troll after Albie he went. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet, back by the storeroom we came. And Albie, take the midnight, black in the blackest black robin on the sun. Yeah, baby, let that soul metal flow!
What is that music? I've never heard anything like it. And Shackle is about to stab it with whatever he's got there.
Stop, it's a letter opener, and I'm not gonna stab it. I'm gonna stab him if he makes me speak like that again.
And it's so fast, it's making my head spin.
This is metal! Hey, yo, Giza! How are those ears ringing?
I don't know much about music, but I've got chills, and they're multiplying.
Are you scared, lawyer man? Run away as fast as you can! What a wonderful rhythm! The perfect accompaniment for further deliberations! Now, Mr. Understanding, what did you go to the music storeroom for? Hey, I went to put my line away! Give my precious pop! Gotta give her a good rest after playing the right!
But then why did you lie before?
Because you sent me to hell!
Huh?
We all know about lawyers and their lawyerly ways! Am I right, people? If I admitted I went to the storeroom, he'd drummed up false charges on me! You want to get sent to hell? What do you say?
Uh-oh.
Now I see why the Defense Culpability Act was passed! You feel me, Kuhani?
Too much to ask for a low-key trial. Just one low-key trial.
Now, are you punks ready to rock or... I can't hear you! I said, are you ready to teach this lying lawyer how we do things right here? All right! I'm
one more time. The screaming truth of my soul. Ugh. If you all don't mind, I'm gonna stop with the screaming rock and roller act and just have him be a little less screamy. Ow. Hold it! You say you went to the music store room, but how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead?
And on what grounds would you base that accusation? You got anything to show for it, brother?
Right. I don't really have any proof. Yeah. Well, you can't prove that you didn't go into the treasure room either. You stole the treasure and were ready to make your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran into the music store room. Isn't that right? Why is no one agreeing with me? Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by the icy stares from every direction?
Silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. That's what we needed. A moment of silence to bid this lawyer's baseless claims goodbye.
Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country?
I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, I went to the music store room.
Diomi, help me. This man has the worst voice I can think of. He has a rock and roll heavy metal voice and I can't. My throat. Also, welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in.
Death truth is what you dread.
Hold it! So what exactly do you mean by death truth?
It's the blade of the truth that's gonna send your lawyer soul to hell. A sea of blood will be the last thing you ever see.
I'm not sure I want to get what he's saying.
I don't expect a bottlehead like you to understand. Either you get it and you feel it or you don't. Simple and simple.
So, for context, Meowly, we know this guy is the murderer. Right now we're trying to prove it. And he just went from this Zen Buddhist, this Zen monk dude who had like, whoa man, far out voice to heavy metal Kiss concert. I hate it. My throat. All right, from your spot in front of the storeroom, you saw Albie creep into the treasure room. Hold it! How did Albie appear at the time?
Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like, man. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I'll tell you.
This thing about people who live in glass houses?
Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he...
Objection!
The defendant admitted he was sneaking in to see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around?
What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say? Wrong. Please, the Lemon knows the score, baby. From my lips to our Holy Mother's ear. An artist only sings what he saw there.
In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for God Boy here.
And what did you see next, Mr. Understanding?
By the way, I should point this out to you, Meowly. Hold on. Peace, Love, and Understanding is his name. Peace, love, and understanding. Oh my god. So we also have someone who can speak with the dead. That's fun. He's also the crown princess of Kura Inn. Interesting. Patrol here was the victim. Gaspin Payne was dismissed from his former position and somehow wound up as chief prosecutor in this country. That's fun. And we've got our tour guide, I'll be your guide. His name is I'll be your guide. The name puns in this game are apparently the worst in the series. Like, amazingly bad. Hold it! Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but what do you mean by hound on the scent?
What? He won't get it. It's always the same, y'all. Next question without mercy. More thanks to song The Great Controversy.
It wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning.
I say half of the set like a dog, man. But you know Rose a god and
Uh-oh. Here we go.
inspiration came to me suddenly like a flash. Hold it.
That's okay. You don't have to explain your lyrics anymore.
Hey, you're the one who asked.
I knew I shouldn't have asked that.
Mr. Understanding, you're still on the stand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain your lyrics to me later in Damalon class.
Fine, have it your way, geezer. The show must go on and slash and thrash. Hold it.
What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom? Oh, wrong one.
There, get the picture.
Picture? What picture?
Mr. Understanding is requesting that you not ask him the same thing over and over.
Hey, geezer, you got the one. Take a picture, baby.
How the heck did he understand that?
What was I doing in the music storeroom, you ask? I already told you I was taking care of my partner and crying, getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it?
Been all
Hold
set,
it!
huh? Where were you when the power outage occurred?
Like I said, I was in the music storeroom, brother. Me and my girl have been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune.
Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at that time?
The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway?
You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were gonna kill him.
Nightman Jason's always so full of bull. You're notches and lines and pulling the wall. Filthy, look for running, and I ain't ever gonna forget you. Utter lies with no evidence. As always, his claims are just tenuous. Hey, nice prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Someone stop their jam session, please.
You've made your assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather unsubstantiated.
That's not good. What's so funny, peace, love, and understanding? Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny the witness could have killed the victim under the cover of darkness.
You're forgetting one very important thing.
Hmm?
It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right. And I did forget about that.
It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him.
You're right. Even I would notice someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, you have anything to say about that?
What can I say about that?
Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the outage happen.
Well, maybe it's not magic, but... Wait, that's it. I contend the witness could have made the power outage happen, with no magic necessary.
What?
You have a theory, defense.
All he had to do was make use of something shown on this diagram. He just had to go to the breaker.
Take that!
The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say?
Nice try. That theory doesn't hold water, Lord man.
And why not?
You're saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness with no source of light whatsoever? Is that what you're saying? With the lights off, man, that hallway is blocking at 100 midnight. You can't see the hand in front of your face. How could anybody commit murder? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim like the accused.
I hate it when he's right. I can't just let this point stand. Well, maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide.
A guide through the darkness.
Something. That's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree? You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked punch like that, bro. You just gotta hit him hard. Really make him feel it, you hear me? It's like my verse, baby. Woo!
Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in a trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, defense.
What do I do?
Can you present to us something that could have served as a guide through the darkness?
Duh! Of course I can. Yes, I can. Because there has to be something.
All right, let's see what you have, defense. What could the victim have been holding that served as a guide through the darkness?
The victim? It does glow in the dark, but why would the victim be holding it? Let's find out.
Take that!
I believe the victim was holding the treasure box.
Huh?
Huh? Huh? Have you gone mad?
Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as a sort of beacon.
Well, I guess you're right about that.
But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box?
Well, because your guess is as good as mine.
What is this lawyer talking about? Nonsense and lies yet again. Let's give him the death penalty already.
Is there no way to win them over?
The French. Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all?
No, your majesty.
Yeah, man, do it! Do it! Then we can jam after this lawyer's shrieks of pain! I better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man! While you still have a tongue to scream with.
Guess I better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. As to why the victim was holding the treasure box, it can easily be explained as thus. Brain, don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have had to be holding that treasure box? The victim was holding the treasure box because he was... Of course he's a security guard, but that wouldn't make sense. Why would a devout believer be holding the box? If he's the thief, then it would make sense. He used his position as a guard to get into the treasure room and steal the box. He's the thief! It's an idea that I just happened to stumble upon, but I think it might just be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down.
Hello, the French. Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised.
Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief?
The victim.
The thief? What kind of boy are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy is off his rocker!
If the victim was the thief, everything we've learned so far would all make sense. And it would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After the morning dance of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to take off with it. But then he ran into Albie on the Great Stairs. That's why Mr. Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then, when the blackout occurred, Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and how it would have been possible for someone other than the accused to kill him.
Do you have any idea what you're saying? You're unbelievable, lawyer man. I think you've lost it. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Trying to roll a temple. I don't believe it. That part's curious.
I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Oh, really? In that case, can we assume you have proof?
Well, proof, huh? Do I have anything? I can't back down now. Yes, I have proof. My dreams. The proof that Mr. Roll was the thief may have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence.
Very well. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it.
Footprints, fingerprints. I'll take anything up to this point. I just need proof. Something that would have been involved with the theft. I'd still have some trace evidence left on it.
What proof do you have that the victim might have been the thief?
The treasure box. If he was holding it, then his fingerprints would be on it.
Take that!
The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim had held it.
Right. You better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense.
Yes, sir, Your Majesty.
Very well. Bring the treasure box. There you are, defense. You're free to examine it.
I'll find something now. My entire argument up to this point will be blown. Plus, there's that little matter of the old tongue shears. I have to find something. I have to. Now, make sure I remember how to do this. Yes, I can rotate and use this to move in and out. Oh, cool. New reset button. Victim's blood. Did the blood get here when the victim was struck with the box? Or did it splatter onto the box when the victim was hit with something else? I guess I can't really tell just by looking. There's a butterfly relief here. I've seen the same butterfly shape here and there all over Quran. Interesting, but I guess it doesn't really help in proving anything. The lid of the box was forced open. While the victim was holding the box, the lid must have been closed. I'll try closing the lid too.
Hey!
What?
You son of a... You locked it!
So? What's the big deal? I thought you could open it with that key you're wearing.
Yeah, I can! No sweat!
Why is there a bucket load dripping off of... Why is there a bucket load dripping off of you over there? I think I'd like to open this box back up again. Could you lend me your Magatama key?
Sure!
Okay, let's see. Where's the keyhole?
Well, it's the Magatama key. So wouldn't it go in the hole above the Magatama mark?
Ah, so it would. Uh-oh. It won't open.
Would you look at that? The thief must have busted the lock when they forced the box open!
As I'm not so sure about that. In any case, I better take another good look. I have to find proof that the victim was holding this box. Aha! This'll do it. That's a handprint, motherfucker! Bloodstain. It shows the outline of a hand. Could this be what I've been looking for? I pointed this out the very second I saw it. His left hand is completely bloody. I pointed this out the second I saw it. Your Majesty, take a look at this. There's a bloodstain here that outlines the shape of a hand.
Really? Let me see that. Oh my, you're right.
Now I'm getting somewhere. I believe the bloodstain is an outline of the victim's hand as he was holding the box.
What?
Even as he was being struck, he held on tight to the precious treasure box. After all, he'd gone through a lot of trouble to steal it. The blood from his head wound splattered across his hand and onto the box.
Your Majesty, don't let yourself be taken in. It's just more of his lawyerly deceit.
What do you mean?
Mr. Wright, where is your proof that the outline of this hand is the victim's?
What? I should have seen this coming.
Either show proof or prepare to meet the shears. Or you can save us all some time and bite your tongue out now and submit it instead.
That I did not see coming.
Well, defense, how's about it? You have proof of the outline is of the victim's hand.
What would the proof of that even be?
Please submit your evidence at this time.
I pointed this out the second I saw it. Take that! I've got it. This is the evidence that's going to save my beloved tongue. Mr. Payne, despite your claims about my forked tongue, it just so happens I have the proof you require.
You do?
It's right here in the crime photo.
It is. Quick! Defense, please point it out.
What proves that the blood stain on the outline of the box is that of the victim's hand? It's very simple.
Take that!
The bloodied hand in the photo! Mr. Payne, take a good look at the victim's hand. See this? That's blood.
What?
If we place Mr. Roll's hand inside the bloodied outline...
You think the blood on his hand would complete the splatter?
Exactly. Here goes nothing. And if they do form one complete splatter, it would prove my theory correct.
Then, the victim was really holding the box.
I'm willing to bet my life on it. The defense reasserts that the victim was the thief who stole the treasure box.
You can't be serious! I protest this. There's no way that they would ever match up. I'm sure that it's patently impossible to... Ow!
Talk about tongue karma. Sounds like you just bit his. What's the matter, Mr. Payne? Did your forked tongue get tangled up in there? Or were you trying to submit your own tongue to the court?
Why, you...
I can hardly believe it. Apparently, not everything out of the defense's mouth is a bluff.
Of course not, Your Majesty. This tongue doesn't lie. And I'd like to continue to use my tongue in the future, too, if you wouldn't mind. Never has to know it really was a bluff.
No, Mr. Roll. I can't believe it.
Sorry, Albie. I know it's upsetting news. He must have needed the money badly, probably to support his family. After all, he even gave up his dream of becoming a monk to help them. Oh, so that thing Mr. Roll would say to me. Albie, you train hard to make sure you become a monk one day. Don't end up like me. Oh my god, that's a new context. Yeah, he was probably warning you not to end up a thief.
Mr. Roll. Objection! Now, wait just 1 minute. If the victim was the thief and he was holding the treasure box, then that means Mr. Roll was holding the murder weapon when he was killed.
Oh, that's a very good point. Doesn't make much sense, does it?
The box isn't the murder weapon. If the victim was holding the treasure box, it could not have been the murder weapon. Which means the real murder weapon must have been something else.
The real murder weapon.
Well, something else?
The blood was thought to have gotten on the box when the box was used as a weapon. But it turns out that wasn't the case. The blood splattered onto the treasure box the victim was holding. When he was struck with the real weapon, that's what really happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Understanding?
Are you insinuating I'm the one who used this real weapon?
Are you saying I'm wrong in my understanding?
You got me riled up, lawyer man. I feel a strong song coming on.
I'm not singing anymore.
I know I don't need to remind you, defense, that your life is on the line.
I know, Your Majesty.
Yet you're prepared to risk it on this mere idea of a real murder weapon.
Death to the lawyer!
This is it. The moment of truth. I can't back down. Not now. Yes, Your Majesty, I am. I'm confident the real murder weapon does indeed exist.
That's a bold claim, Mr. Wright. Now let's see you back it up. Show us which piece of evidence points to this real murder weapon.
Gladly. I knew which one it was. What would somebody like Understanding use to bludgeon someone?
Now then, defense, please submit your evidence to the court.
Yeah, sit the lawyer man. Let's see this thing that shows a real murder weapon you say I used.
It can't be the box. We know this for a fact. It can't be the key. It would be bludgeoning weapon, like it says in the crime scene, in the autopsy report. So it's not the box. Wait a damn minute. This guitar is different. Hold up. I just realized this.
Take that!
What I'm about to present is really nothing more than a possibility. But this thin thread is all I have. Allow me to direct the court's attention to this photo of the morning dance of devotion.
That photo? How is that going to help you, Mr. Wright?
There's something about it that doesn't sit right with me.
Oh, yeah? And what's this something,
Your instrument is different.
Take that!
Mr. Understand. Why is the instrument you're holding different from the one you're playing in the photo?
Would you look at that? They're completely different shapes.
I believe you said your Damalan was your one and only?
Well, Mr. Understanding, what do you have to say to this?
Got nothing to say.
Then allow me to answer for you. They're different because the one in the photo is no longer in playable condition. Not after you used it to bludgeon Mr. Roll to death.
Partner wasn't doing so hard, so I bought her sister along. That's all. Not a big deal, lawyer man.
In that case, please submit your old Damalan to the court as evidence.
Too bad. You're too late. I got rid of her yesterday.
You what?
Burn her up with the rest of the trash. answers, baby!
No! He's already destroyed the evidence?
And I see more trash right here in this court that needs to burn the fuck. Lawyer trash!
There's no proof to show.
Oh, come on, that was pathetic! Your agony can sound better than that! What's a great scream of yours?
This can't be how it ends.
I think I've heard enough. It seems the defense is unable to produce the evidence it needs to prove its assertion.
But your majesty, that's only because the witness destroyed it.
Evidence is everything in court. Don't tell me you've forgotten this most fundamental principle of our profession.
Without sufficient proof, your claim that Mr. Understanding is the murderer is no more than conjecture.
That's the pain expression I've been looking for. And by the way, there seems to be one more thing you're forgetting.
What is it now?
You accuse Mr. Understanding of being a thief. But the real thief turned out to be the victim.
Uh-oh.
And with that, Mr. Understanding's purported motive for murder goes out the window. Great point, prosecutor. You tell him. If I had been there, I would have just caught it wrong and gotten the treasure back. There wasn't any reason for me to kill him now. What's that?
Counter-argument to this.
It sounds to me like Mr. Understanding has been completely wrongfully accused. Unfortunate as it may be, I think it's time to hand down my verdict in this case.
Not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good, not good.
Defense, I trust that you understand what you yourself will receive for taking on this case.
Death! 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 Death!
What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? The murder weapon's been destroyed. Now I've got no motive. Or Albie will be convicted and I'll lose my life as well.
Mr. Wright, you wasted this court's time and disparaged everything we hold sacred. We should charge you with lèse majesty in addition to the crime of abetting the accused. Yeah, you should pay for desecrating my good name. Bye-bye, lawyer man. Time for you to do some repent in the Twilight Realm.
This guy is guilty of sin. I just know it. I must have had some reason to kill Mr. Roll, but what?
Come on, people! Let me hear you scream and shout! You take this lawyer trash!
Uh-oh. Thing to do at a time like this is to turn my thinking around. I shouldn't be trying to figure out what Understanding's motive was. I should be thinking about what kind of situation would give him a motive. Think. Okay. Did you steal it? We know that Mr. Roll was the thief, and he had gotten his hands on the box. So then why in the world did he ask Albie that question? I thought the treasure box would have prompted him to...
Oh! The French, what's gotten into you?
Now I get it. Now it all makes sense.
Like, Palooka, man, what you trying to say? I mean, squill yourself sounds like you knocked him loose upstairs.
Your Majesty, please hold off your ruling for just a little while longer. There's that music.
Don't tell me you're going to stop begging for your life now.
No, Your Majesty, that's not it. I just realized something important, that's all. We've been operating under a serious misconception this whole time.
A misconception, you say?
That's right. A mistaken notion about the treasure box. But could this really be true? If so, there's still a lot to figure out.
Very well. Let's hear what you have to say.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, this is just more of his nonsense. He's just dying for time.
This is your last chance, Defense. The second I find it really is nothing but nonsense. No amount of begging will stay my hand. Am I understood?
Yes, Your Majesty.
We all know this is just going to be another one of your stupid bluffs.
Now then, defense. Where's this misconception you mentioned?
The thing we didn't realize about the treasure box was that it was empty. That's right, this whole time! It was open here, but it was empty. It was empty when we looked inside, too. That means it was empty the whole time. What if the treasure box was already empty from the start? What?
What?
Please recall that when Mr. Roll ran up to Albie on the Great Stairs, he asked the boy a question. Did you steal it? He asked. Also recall that Mr. Roll was holding the treasure box at the time. So why then would he ask Albie the question that he did?
That is a bit peculiar, isn't it?
Not at all, Your Majesty. Not once you realize that by the time Mr. Roll got to the treasure room, the treasure box was already empty.
I beg your pardon.
Mr. Roll suspected that Albie had gotten to it first, which is why he confronted Albie when he ran into the boy on the stairs.
But how would the victim have known the treasure box was empty? He didn't have any way of opening
Objection!
Once a year, the victim had the duty of carrying the treasure box to the palace. He would know if it was empty or not. The weight would be off. He would have been able to tell just by the weight when he lifted the box that it was empty.
Ah, I see. Yes, I suppose he would have been able to tell, wouldn't he?
Mr. Roll most likely decided to at least steal the empty box. It's an important historical artifact in and of itself, after all.
But what's your point, Mr. Wright? What does any of this have to do with it, Mr. Understanding?
My point is this. It gave Mr. Understanding a motive to murder the victim.
A motive?
Mr. Understanding, keeping the treasure safe is one of your duties, isn't it? So if anyone had found out that the treasure box was empty, you would have been accused of incompetence. From the moment Mr. Roll discovered that the treasure was gone, his fate was sealed. Because you decided then that he had to be silenced forever.
But that's absurd! The stuff that comes out of this guy's mouth! This is all just a colossal joke!
So then what really happened to the treasure?
It had been stolen long before this incident occurred. By Mr. Peace Love and Understanding himself.
Mr. Wright, will you stop at nothing to accuse Mr. Understanding? Your Majesty, please don't listen to these trumped-up charges. The defense is
Objection!
The treasure box can only be opened with the key Mr. Understanding holds. Who else could have stolen the treasure?
Objection! As I said, the accused stole the treasure by forcing open the box. Your Majesty, I call for a swift ruling.
I am not ready to give my verdict yet.
What?
The defense has successfully presented a new possibility in this case.
Yes! Finally, a tiny shred of hope.
Mr. Understanding, would you care to make any statements in response to the defense's claims?
Is this his breakdown?
This is all bull! My neck is a rage cage and I'm ready to explode, baby!
Instructor Understanding, calm yourself.
I'm not gonna take it. No, I ain't gonna take it. I dutifully watch over that treasure with my pride. And now I'm getting accused of stealing. This liar is a lying scumbag. You better believe I got something to say. Open up your ears holes, sheeple. Let's rip! Down to the lawyer!
Okay. I'm not gonna sing it, but I will read it.
Steal the fountains of me! Did it? This lion lawyer's insults know no limits. Oh, this time I guarded the orb faithfully. Sacred duty to the Holy Mother, easy to see. Hands unclean, the accused did the deed. Force the box open, no hit did he need. Lion lawyer, condemn him to hell. Pick him, throw him into a prison cell. Ah.
All right. Now we've heard from both sides. Also, Shackle, feel free to...
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Magistrate, apologies. I'm gonna have to get used to that, aren't I?
Yes, you are. Either the treasure box was forced open by the accused, as the witness claims, or Mr. Understanding opened it, as the defense claims. Defense, this is your last chance to cross-examine the witness.
Yes, Your Majesty.
If you are unable to prove your assertions by the end of this cross-examination,
Then the DC Act will come into play and both you and the accused will lose your lives.
I understand. Life or death. It all comes down to this.
Mr. Wright.
Don't worry, Albie. I'm here to defend you. I promise it'll be all right.
Thank you. I believe in you, Mr. Wright. You can win this for us. And after we win, we can go see Ms. Maya together.
It's a deal. I can't let Albie down now. I have to win the trial. Somehow, I gotta prove that only Understanding could have stolen the treasure.
Do your worst, lawyer trash! This is your requiem! The last song you'll ever hear of this mortal coil!
All right, let's hear it.
Hold it!
But the argument is that the orb was already gone before the murderer fit. It's all the facts.
It's no use even talking to you! Where's your proof that I stole the orb, huh, lawyer trash?
Right. I don't have any proof. Yes. I'll find some.
Hold it!
Hold it. Your sacred duty, huh? Oop. The problem with that is I don't think you really are a true believer.
Why? How dare you question my faith? Stop insulting, brother!
I'm not trying to insult you, but I can't suspend logic either. You wormed your way into the temple with your intent of stealing the treasure, didn't you?
I had all the insults I can take out of you, lawyer trash!
But you're the only one who can open the treasure box.
You just keep on arguing the same old lie. Sing the truth, hear my cry.
Hands unclean.
Hold it!
How did he do it then? The defendant didn't force the box open. That's a lie. In fact, you're the only one who opened it. Isn't that right?
Come on, you just saw it for yourself, didn't you? The lock was busted on account of the box being forced open.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's your proof right there.
Well, one for the metal, though.
Look, if the accused really didn't try to force his way into the box, then how do you explain why the lock was busted? Wouldn't open for you, Thea.
How do I explain how the box was unlocked earlier? Maybe there's a different way to... No, he says that's the only key, so there's got to be a different way to open it. There's a different way to open the box.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Hey, Reserve, how's it going? Things are going good. I'm about to bring this guy down. I don't like the voice I gave him, though. Stupid metalhead. There's a secret trick to opening it, to protect its contents from being stolen. And you're the only one who knows how it works. Isn't that right?
Are you for real? You've been watching too many movies, lawyer man. Ah, so you're one of those tourists. Honestly, Mr. Wright, did you come expecting magic and mystery around every corner?
I'll have you know, the French. The kingdom of Korea is not some fantasy fun land.
It's true I don't have any real grounds to make that assertion. Yet,
Oh yeah, feel another song. A little number about a crazy lawyer with a wall of fantastic ideas. A real method to open the lock, you say? Illusional method, no other way.
Ah, a new verse. Please to add it to your testimony, Mr. Understand.
hold it! I'm not the one who will be going to jail, Mr. Understand, and you are.
You think so, huh? Hey, what do you think, people?
It's not just me,
It's not just me this lawyer's putting down. He's insulting Koreans. I'm incurring these people, too. If he thinks he can get away with that, he's got another thing coming, right, people? That's right. Disrespectful lawyers deserve to be removed post-haste.
Yikes. The gallery's getting really whipped up over this.
You're going to jail. You, not me. If you don't believe me, just wait and see. It's too late. No forgiveness for you, not for me, the judge, her holiness, too. You'll rue the day you set foot in this court. To the gallows, lawyer, you will report.
I seem to find an inconsistency. Come on, Phoenix, I can't give up now. I had to keep chipping away at him. If I can't find a contradiction, then I'll keep pressing him. I'm bound to find something, just as long as I keep at it. Hold it! Delusional, am I? We'll see about that.
Wild ideas, that's called delusion. Mixed up lawyer drowned in confusion. Indeed, the defense's sinful wrongdoing has made him lose touch with reality. Let's hear it. What could it be for this sinner's blind fancy?
Nothing, because I'm not the delusional one. I just know there's gotta be some secret trick to opening the treasure box.
Oh, really? And where exactly is the secret hidden?
The secret is obviously hidden in the key. There's obviously some secret hidden in the key. I'd like to examine it, if you please.
You don't know when to quit, do ya? Here, go ahead. Examine it all you like.
Nothing. I don't see a thing.
Well, the French, what have you discovered?
I'm afraid I haven't discovered anything, Your Majesty. Here, I'll return it now.
I told ya, didn't I tell?
Yes, you told me.
There's just no reasoning with this man. The accused forced the lock open. There's no other explanation. That's right. He desecrated the box by opening it without using this method of key.
Wait, what did he just say?
I'll say it as many times as I have to get it through your thick, long skull. Only the metallic key unlocks the treasure. Force it and bring the fabulous displeasure. Yeah. For the forgetful defense's sake, could you please add that to your testimony? If I have to, probably your brain lawyer man.
Hold it! Must be some secret trick to this key.
Oh, yeah? What exactly is the secret trick?
What's that smug look for? Maybe something like change shapes?
Oh, man, that's some that's nuts you got there. I'll give credit where credit's due. You can daydream like a champ. It's like any magatama, the key is made out of a translucent material. One look and it's pretty obvious it can't change shapes.
Yeah, wasn't really sold on that one either. I feel like there's something odd about understanding his testimony now. I think I would take another look through the evidence. Wait a minute. The Mitama key opens it, eh?
Objection!
Yes! Wait just a minute, Mr. Understanding. You just called your key the Mitama key, didn't you? But you didn't originally say it's called... But didn't you originally say it's called the Magatama key? Yeah! Oh! Oh, my man got slapped in the face by a broken guitar string. That's gotta hurt. Ow!
The Mitama key. What's that?
I don't know, Your Majesty, but apparently it's a rather crucial question.
What? What's the big deal? So I said the wrong thing. So what? Simple tongue. An A for effort, Mr. Wright, but your grandstanding betrays your desperation. I'm afraid a small slip of the tongue like that, it adds absolutely nothing to your argument.
What say you, defense? Is it an important detail?
Judging by Understanding's reaction, I'd say it's everything my argument needs. Yes, Your Majesty, it's very important. This key is apparently not the Magatama key, but rather the Mitama key. And I believe this discrepancy holds great significance for the defense.
Oh man, just a meat mistake! Insignificant! You're riding the crazy train to nowhere, look! Your Majesty, please don't pay the defense any heed. It's all nonsense.
To tell the truth, I'm not really clear on what the defense is driving at myself. However, I am eager to find out.
What?
Defense, you explain yourself like your life literally depends on it. Because it does. Now then, is the name of the key an important detail?
Yes, it's absolutely important, I think. Because the Mitama key is connected to the Founder's orb.
I see. Very well. In that case, please show the court the grounds on which you are basing this claim.
Grounds, Your Majesty?
You can of course show grounds, can you not, defense?
Of course! What can I say? I have to come up with something. Anything. Even if it's just a bluff. Mitama key. Mitama. Must be something somewhere that has Mitama and orb together.
Don't keep me waiting, defense. What evidence shows a connection between the Mitama key and the Founder's orb?
There.
Take that!
What's that? A song of ceremony.
All this time, the answer was right there in front of me. It's right there in the Song of Ceremony performed during the Dance of Devotion. Your Majesty, the Song of Ceremony tells of the treasure of the founder of Kura-inism. But hidden within its lyrics is the secret behind how to open the box.
Oh.
Holy
Mother! But how can that be, defense?
The Song of Ceremony contains the following lyrics. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. I believe the Mitama here refers to the Mitama key.
Well, yes, it's the same word, but that doesn't mean...
We've been calling this key the Magatama key, and that's why I inserted the key into the lock with the Magatama design on it. But that was obviously not the right way to use it.
And I suppose you know the right way.
I do, Your Majesty. To use the key properly, you have to first... what did it say? I think it's... horizontally? You have to first flip the key horizontally.
Flip it horizontally. What good would that do exactly?
It would turn the Magatama into the... Phoenix!
But haven't you been trying to argue that it's the Mitama key?
Oops, that's right. My apologies, Your Majesty. Please disregard all of that. What you really have to do is flip it vertically. If we turn the Magatama shape upside down like this... it becomes the Kurani symbol of the soul. In other words, a Mitama.
Oh my, you're absolutely right. But now what? What do you do with it? It's too big to fit into the lock that way.
I knew he was just bluffing. Bluffs and lies are the only tools his trade, after all.
There's gotta be another place this key fits. Where? What were the words to the Song of the Ceremony again? When the butterfly embraces the Mitama. So, put it next to the butterfly? Or should the Mitama key actually be used? Got it! Oh!
My goodness! The treasure box! It really opened!
No way, man! What? No!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the real secret behind the Song of the Ceremony. It's the true key to opening the treasure box. It's all over, Mr. Payne.
So,
Let's say someone was fooled into trying to force the front-facing lock open. Sadly for them, it wouldn't budge. That's because the lock is, after all, just a decoy.
Then what you're saying is...
Neither the victim nor the defendant would have been able to open the box. They, therefore, had no way of stealing the treasure. The only one who could have stolen it is the one man who knew about the Mitama key. Peace, love, and understanding. But I'm not done yet. Please recall the scene of the crime. On the floor by Mr. Roll's body was a very unlocked and very open treasure box. Only someone who knew how to open the box could have left it in that state. And so, there can only be one true culprit. Admit it, Mr. Understanding. You're the one who killed Mr. Roll. Please explode. Please explode. That works too. Yeah. Hit him in the head. Yes. Yeah. Cuckoo, cuckoo. It's over.
Curse him. It's all his fault. Why did he have to try and steal that treasure? Why did I have to spot him with that box? On my way to the storeroom after the morning dance. It's all his fault. I had to cause that blackout and clock him good. I couldn't let my secret get out. Nobody could know the treasure box was empty. I'd lose my position as head monk. Who knows what else they do to me? I couldn't let. I had to stop him.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I agree, Meowly.
What a shocking development. I can scarcely believe it. Nothing like this has ever happened since the DC Act was enacted 23 years ago.
No. My perfect, unblemished record. Destroyed. The incredible pain. Ruined. Oh.
Did the lawyer really win? I can't believe it. No way. This can't be happening.
Peace. I said peace. Honestly speaking, I'm just as shocked as everybody else. But the truth has been made known. So it's time for me to give my verdict. In the name of the Holy Mother, this court finds the accused. I'll be your guide. Not guilty.
I guess those pink butterflies haven't been seen in years. It's over, Pain. Now, how will the court react to this, I wonder? April 24th, 1:36 p.m. High Court of Kurin. Accused lobby. Yep, they're pissed. There's still quite a commotion out there. The people from the gallery show no sign of clearing out. I can't believe it. Not guilty! I'm still in shock. Can you believe that guy? I can feel everybody's eyes on me. This can't be happening. It's impossible. Oh, Holy Mother, preserve us. I've never been in a defendant lobby quite this uncomfortable. Mr. Wright! Oh, Albie. Thank you. Thank you so much for what you did for me. No. I'm just glad it turned out okay. It was touch and go there for a while, though. I'm really sorry, Mr. Wright. I had a really hard time trusting you at first. That's okay, Albie. I know how unpopular lawyers are in this country. But why? How did it ever get this way in the first place? Allow me to explain. At least I wish I could explain. But I don't really know why. I never even questioned it before today. At the time I was born, all the lawyers were already gone. As far back as I can remember, verdicts have been based on her benevolence's insights. Right. Rada, the royal priestess. And crown princess to the entire country, so, we might be on a blacklist. That's not good. Yes, Rata. Oh, Rafa. My apologies, Rafa. Rafa, they are unfair. The souls don't have the souls have impartiality. You don't. For her part, I'm sure she really believed in what she says, but even with her benevolence and divination seances, lawyers are still necessary. Without proper defense, people could easily wind up receiving wrongful convictions. Mr. Wright, shush! Huh? Don't say that so loud! People might think you're a rebel! You could be arrested! A rebel? That's right. One of those people going against our queen and the court system. Ow. They call themselves the Defiant Dragons, and they're led by a scary guy named Dirk. They'll do anything to overthrow Her Eminence, even commit crimes. Dirk. I remember people in the gallery mentioning that name.
The things you're saying sound a lot like the stuff he says. But you're not scary like that Dirk guy.
Pardon the intrusion. You. Yeah, you. I want to talk to you, see. Flight, is it? Right, sir. Phoenix Wright. And you are? I am the colony's Minister of Justice. The name's Inga Karkul Kurai. Inga Karkul. Inga Karkul. Inga Karkul? Now, I oversee the whole legal shebang. I was watching that three-ring circus in there. You were. Wow, the Minister of Justice. So he's in charge of the entire court system. Defense Culpability Act and all. Minister Inga,
How are you, sir?
run along, mini-monk. Grown-ups are talking here.
Yes, sir. Very sorry, sir.
May I help you with something? Just wanted a good look at you. Guys like you aren't exactly a dime a dozen around here. Huh. Well then. He's eyeing me like I'm some kind of exotic creature in a cage. Oh yeah, I might as well share this little morsel with you. Turns out Roll was a seasoned thief. A repeat offender, see. Had my men look into it and they found all the booty he pilfered right there in his digs.
But he seemed like such a nice man. Why, Mr. Roll? Why?
Oh, look at the poor dog! Look at the dog! Oh, poor thing is trying to cheer him up. Guess he was doing it for the family. What a mook.
Mook? How can you say that?
Oof. Guess that kind of sob story gets you common folk all misty-eyed. Oh. Anyway, another thing. I had my men check out that understanding fella too. He wasn't the one with the sticky fingers. It's the insurgents.
What?
They put the squeeze on our head monk, apparently. So he gave up the founder's orb and tried to keep it hush-hush. Wow. I see. Thank you for letting me know that. Yeah, say, White. What a cute little number you pulled in my courtroom today, wasn't it? First not guilty ruling in 23 years. You're making waves, see? Stirring the pot. Catch my drift? Oh, well, Uh-oh. And for it now. Whew. But thanks to that song and dance, we know our precious national treasure got nicked. So I'm gonna call it a wash and let it slide this time. But all I did was defend the accused. You'd do best to read between the lines here, chump. You're standing on thin ice. You get my drift? Even a dirty, no-good punk knows to cash in his chips before the house steps in. He's threatening us. This motherfucker is threatening us for doing our jobs. Do us both a favor and keep an eye on the path that you're walking down. You never know whose toes you might be stepping on. This ain't your turf, buddy. Never forget whose soil it is you're standing on. Good day, peasant.
Yikes. He was kind of scary, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, no use worrying about it. We have more important things to think about, such as when we can continue the sightseeing tour.
Tour? Oh, anytime, sir. We still have plenty of time until Miss Maya's training ends. And there are still lots more temples to see. All kinds of local foods to eat. I can show you all the natural beauty of the area and the waterfalls used for training. I haven't shown you the breathtaking mountain view from the Plaza of Devotion yet. And some place where they dangle you off the safe cliff. And the Twilight Farm and all the good food massaging.
All right. Slow down, Albie. There's plenty of time.
And when we're done with all that, we can go see Miss Maya together.
Yeah, you bet. Maya. I wonder how she's doing. Hope she's all right. All right. That was crazy. Uh-oh.
So, how about that not guilty, Dirk?
I heard. Sounds like the winds of change are beginning to stir.
That was a kukri knife that he threw. My inner nerd is freaking out, but sadly I'm gonna have to call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for the next part. And be sure to make an impact in someone's life today and make it a great one. I'll catch you all later. Peace, love, and understanding to all of you.